kind of finish doing what you're doing, you don't find anything else that's massively useful besides dragging bodies. So you eventually make your way towards the infirmary to check on Sarkesh. As you do so, you can see kind of the higher up officers coming out of the central hub of the fort, and they kind of begin patrolling the perimeter. Johan, as you and Vel make it to the infirmary, that's when you finally do rejoin with Perrin and Sarkesh, who looks a little bit better and not quite as beat up as he was after his fun times in the snow.
A few bruises, lacerations. I think I'm good.
All right. Perrin, nice to see you again.
I'm
Forget who's who now.
What?
Sax
Hold on, trying to
Johan.
look at character names. Sorry.
I can't hear anything but Brooke adjusting her mic.
I'll look over and I see Voltaria and Johan and I'll go, wow, you guys are alive. Please tell me you weren't part of the siege.
No, we just returned. Were you here for the siege?
Fortunately, yes, and since I've been attending to all of these unfortunate souls. I'll point to the room.
Can you give us any information on the siege? We saw orc and giant corpses as we entered the camp, right?
You explained to him that earlier in the day, as you were returning, in fact, from the peak of the Split Summit Mountains, great dark clouds stretched out, encompassing the land. From these clouds rained fire and brimstone, basically, as giant meteors smash into the earth. You rushed as fast as you could back to the fort, fearing being caught out in such a terrible storm. And as you got back to the fort, you found it beset by orcs who were... They didn't look like they were raiding it. They looked like they were just trying to get past it. And then after that was quelled by the barracks, almost immediately, a pack of giants stormed through, crashing through the wall, and it's just been going like that for hours. Wild things, sentient things, just smashing to get away from the mountain, all until the clouds finally vanished.
I think your microphone is automatically adjusting because, like, every few words, it completely shifts to the other end.
Good. It's okay, the stream doesn't get that, just you.
Alright.
Anyway, relay that to Johan.
Alright. That seems entirely unfortunate. The storm may have been our doing.
The dark clouds, you think? You think they originated from that temple somehow?
We encountered, and I would know it was an elemental, right? I fucking saw it.
If you wouldn't, I would.
Yeah, you might not, because you've probably never heard of them.
Okay.
Sarkesh would have known.
So a being, then?
Yeah.
I could roughly describe it, then, to him? Okay.
Yeah, you saw it, you just don't know what it is.
Okay. We saw a being made of wind who came down to the temple and whipped up torrents, nearly knocking us off of the pillars, which I originally knocked the shaman off of. So, we walked back. I don't know if Sarkesh specifically mentioned the clouds, because he was the only one who actually saw them.
Well, you saw them as they began to kind of wane.
Dissipate.
Yeah. Yes.
So, okay, then in that case, yeah. So, we believe it to be the originator of the clouds you saw. Hopefully it's been appeased and has left.
Yeah, hopefully, but those things are fickle bastards.
Those
Just
things.
Sarkash. Yes. You've never heard of an elemental, have you?
The GM says no. I have not.
Well, they're creatures made of pure element. The elements themselves come to life. They usually have their own reasons for doing things, but most of the time they go on pure instinct. This one, I can't say exactly what it was doing, but the aftermath shows that they're destructive.
Hmm.
Good.
Well, now that I'm tended up
Wait.
enough, I'm going to go and say the final rites for the dead.
Okay. You head out to the cemetery in the back. It isn't long after you leave, Sarkesh, that a very well-dressed man, who you can all pretty obviously figure is a higher-up, kind of bursts into the infirmary.
Sorry, Richard, I could barely hear you. You're going in and out.
Good. I need to figure out why Skype's being a bitch. Should probably just play like a tone or something. See, because from my end, it's very steady. It's not jumping up or down at all. I'm at about 75% volume the whole time.
Yeah, about half your sentence is loud, and then half of it, or for like 2 words, you just cut out.
Yeah.
How about now? Is it any better, or is it still about the same?
Seems better.
It's good now.
Is it good now? Is it all working out? Yeah? Is it
Except
good?
for that first thing you said, which I didn't hear.
Good. That's great. That's pretty fantastic. How about now? Is it going all right?
It's going
Yes.
all right.
Okay.
Good now.
So, apparently, making it so all of your speakers being the same volume modulates my microphone magically. That's good. Anyways,
It's all
So-
good.
so yeah, a man that's very obviously an officer walks in, takes kind of a very quick glance around the entire room, and then, which one of you is Scout Johann Cohn? Oh, you. Right. Well, what's your report on what happened? What did you discover at the temple?
According to my traveling companion here, we discovered a wind elemental resides within the temple. We believe we have appeased it, though this aftermath might suggest otherwise.
That's it? How did you
And then a car
appease it?
drove away.
What did it want?
You are completely cutting out right now.
Good.
I think it's doing that thing where when anyone else's mic makes noise, you cut out,
That doesn't make
and
sense. Why would it
everybody's
do that?
mic makes noise.
Yeah. Alright, time to go into Skype settings and fuck with literally everything. So, can you guys hear me now? Is it cutting out
I
at
can
all?
hear you.
Yes.
Is it good?
Good.
Hang on. Richard talk and someone else say literally anything while he's talking.
I'm just gonna keep
That
talking
literally
about
anything.
randomly
Garble,
nothingness.
garble,
And,
garble,
yeah.
garble, 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 garble.
Yeah, it completely cuts you out when anyone talks.
Does it do that for everyone or just Zach?
I missed that. Brooke was laughing. It's good when it's the GM who completely cuts out when any noise is made.
It's nice, isn't it?
He doesn't do any talking.
Mm-hmm. All right. There. Now you guys are completely independent of everything else, so if anything is fucking up, it is entirely on your end, not mine.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Cool with that.
Yeah, entire independence. Yay. Actually, I should probably check this. I'm gonna clap, so you might want to take your headsets off.
Good. Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Alright, it looks like I have an issue with the auxiliary input for voice meter. I'll fix that later, but for now we'll just do this because it'll sound the exact same to the stream and it should be fine for you guys.
All right.
So,
Anyways,
yeah, he asks what you did to appease it, basically.
okay. We followed some crude drawings on the walls that suggested that we should pray and bow to it from atop its marble pillars in the room of worship.
That's it?
That was it.
Very well. And then he immediately just turns and walks out.
Bye.
Bye. You all sit and stare, in shocked disbelief.
Except for Sarkash, because he's off at the
Yeah,
graveyard.
Sarkash is just, tending to the graves, reading last rites, being a Sarkash,
Doing what a paladin does.
that sort of thing.
Well, I guess I'll turn to Johan and go, well, I guess until you figure our next plan of action, I'll stay here and help the wounded, as there are still so many in numbers.
All right. For the time being, I suppose that's a good idea. Once things have calmed down around here, I'd like to make a trip down to Skirth so we can send reinforcements. I promised the Master Scout I would shortly before his demise.
Of course, and I'm more than happy to accompany you again.
Excellent. I look forward to catching up, hearing where you've been. We have some stories to exchange.
Sounds good.
Friendship. And I guess I leave him to his duties, and I'm gonna go see if I can find some officers or something.
All right. Actually, immediately as you leave the tent, the officer that was just talking to you comes back and goes, Johan, I have need of you and your group. Since we've fallen short of, even shorter, of a few good men, I need you to hunt down the remnants of the orc party that attacked us first. They should be wounded and moving to the north through the pass. Exterminate them for their crimes against the Empire. And then he turns and just leaves again.
I do a 180 and walk back into the tent.
Good.
Since I assume nobody followed me out or followed me in. Where is everyone? All I know is Perrin's in there. and Sarkash
Everyone's
left.
in the tent, except for Sarkash, who's praying over graves.
Okay.
Sounds so cruel.
Change of plans, Perrin. You can stay here and help the wounded if you'd like, or you can take justice for them. We've been tasked with hunting down the orcs who did this and exterminating them. With extreme prejudice.
Well, I suppose I've done the best I can do to my abilities, so I'm sure a little hunt is due.
Vel, Hal, any objections?
I'll go.
No objections, but if we're going to be hunting orcs, I'm going to recommend you get some ear protection, unless we want to have a repeat of last time for our group.
I'll make do.
Confused, I'll look at Val and go, what do you mean a repeat?
We had a run-in with some orcs, and I wasn't sure what to do. So I just amplified my voice and screamed at them.
Ah,
That is the most layman way to explain that spell to anyone ever.
That's
Hey,
yeah.
it
I
works.
yelled really hard with magic.
Pretty much. I mean,
It's what happened.
It was enough to make us all grab our ears, including
Excuse
the
me?
orcs.
not me.
Except for one.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
have
yelled at some
ears.
green, scary, toothy men, and a tree stabbed them to death.
Except for one, you smacked it in the face.
Alright, we lost her. You can still see her back.
Come back. It's okay. You can scream again. I'll let you. Don't die.
I was trying not to shoot Mountain Dew out of my nose because that would have been bad.
How'd that go for you?
so I'm hearing a strangle right now. Anyway, I'll turn to Johan and go. I guess we should make leave to catch up with these orcs.
They're apparently wounded and headed north.
North, you say, towards the pass.
Indeed.
Okay.
So. The attack was while we were in the temple, so it was like 5 hours ago, right?
That started 5 hours ago, and it ended like maybe an hour or two ago. Well,
What time is it? 'Cause I'm-
as of now, it's probably been like 3 hours because you've been back for a while.
yeah.
But it ended just before you guys returned.
Okay, so we left at sunrise to go to the temple, right? And it's like 5 hour journey there, 5 hour journey back, and we were there for like at least. Well, he took a rest, so we were there for at
It's
least
early night.
an hour. Okay. Yeah. Okay. In that case, everyone grab some torches, and I'll find Sarkesh and see if he's feeling well enough. Though I would recommend he stay in the infirmary. Actually, no, I haven't seen him since he got his wounds healed. I just know, yeah. Stick with that statement. Yeah. It's good.
All right, you go out and you find Sakesh. Provide
Alright,
some
glad
grapes.
everyone agreed. Yep. Want to kill some more orcs?
I'd love to find the bastards that caused this much death.
Then consider me your genie because I'm about to grant your wish. Yeah, fuck off. I say stupid shit all the time. Deal with it.
I say stupid shit.
No, you say racist shit
Not allowed.
and uncharming things. Okay, good. I didn't just break my desk.
Yes, I do say stupid shit and racist shit. But still, it's my stupid and racist shit.
Well, no, it's Richard's stupid and racist shit when he thinks you're being too charming.
Your charisma says that you actually said racist things.
That's perfect.
Seems legit.
Wanna go kill some orcs?
Fuck yes.
Damn greenheads.
Damn ugly buck-toothed bastards.
I don't know.
We gonna go kill them?
slurs.
Stand around insulting them.
We're gonna kill them.
I don't know how much of this is actually happening. I
All of
prepare
it.
and leave.
I don't
Okay.
either.
All of it. It's all in. It's there's
grab
no
my
there's no meta conversation. All this is in real time.
All right.
Grab my grab my one javelin, and give my torches out to everyone.
I don't have my second spear anymore. You
I gave you
broke
a
it.
javelin just to replace the spear.
Okay.
That's why I only have one left.
Do they work the same?
Pretty much. You're throwing it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is a conversation that Hal and Sarkesh are having, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
As I'm walking away.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm following.
I will follow. Yay.
Towards more fire.
Do not want.
I give everyone torches but the tree.
Very good. So everyone takes a torch. Everyone prepares themselves, and
Everyone takes a torch except for one person because they're going to get all the rest of my torches.
yeah. You guys head out, I guess, towards the pass then.
Yep.
To the north.
Yep.
All right.
To the north.
You set out to the north as a light snow begins to fall. After only a couple of hours, you make your way towards, or to where the kind of entryway to the pass, where a bunch of paths neck size heading in towards the mountain pass. And you see quite a few different sets of tracks before you. Some heading up along the pass, some veering off from the more direct route, and some heading back towards the way you came and the other paths that neck size.
Where's the blood trail? Because if you are wounded, there has to be at least small blood trails.
Go ahead and roll perception.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so weird perception not being a core stat in this. Because I'm so used to having to roll that and just clicking a giant button, and now it's a tiny button off to the side.
This is you managed to kind of find a decent kind of couple of pools of blood that are freezing now under the fresh snow, but are unable to really determine if this is what you're looking like, if these are who you're looking for, because basically just find blood. Like, you know that blood's there.
Can't tell the direction it's going.
Make a survival check. Nope.
No, it cannot.
The blood is stationary.
There's blood in like a bunch of different directions. Who knows which way? Or if they're even orcs that are bleeding or something else. It could have been a wolf or something. I don't know. They're just blood. This ain't my fucking job. Fuck all you.
Seems legit.
Other
Is that
racist
what Sarkesh
claims.
said, or
Yeah.
Okay.
And other
you
racist and
fuckers
uncharming
without
Find out
claims.
anyone
where we're
asking
going.
him?
Yeah.
He walked up and found blood and just started yelling at us.
Yes, that is what happens, Zach.
That is what Sarkesh does.
I like this guy. He's a good guy. Okay.
Well, we need to figure out which way to go. So, Johan, you're in charge of this. Where do you think we should go?
What? No one's gonna ask me?
No.
What do you have to say, Val?
Where does Bobbert think we have to go?
Ask Bobbert. Bobbert might know. Don't ever hand me on
I
that.
turn to Perrin and say, the owner of Bobbert passed and left him in the care of Val. Also, his name was Orion. It took him a month and a half. I like that Perrin laughed at that. Oh, good.
The paladin, was it?
He was a paladin?
He had holy armor, did he not?
Did he?
Yeah, chainmail and a holy symbol.
Kind of like me.
I thought he was just a douche.
Not sure. He was a man of few words. And Bobbert.
Mostly Bobbert.
Mostly Bobbert.
Anyways,
Anyway.
Val, what was your suggestion?
That's not a good idea.
Are you saying that in or out of character? Because in character, you were like, doesn't anyone want to know what I have to say? And I'm like, yes. What do you have to say? You're like, oh,
And then
don't
in
ask me."
character, she says, "Nah, it's not a good idea." That's fine. It's funnier that way.
No, you should have better judgment. You've seen her get lost.
So, still open to
Go
suggestions.
that way.
Would there be any chance that Bobbert would know where to go? Or sense something that we couldn't?
Ask him!
Fine, Bobbert, dear friend. Where would you suggest that we go?
Fort was nice. It was warm in the fort. Let's go back to the fort.
I agree. He says we
I
should
love
go back to the
Bobbert.
fort.
We'll go back to the fort after we've killed the orcs.
Yes, I'll look at Johan and go, "You're a scout, aren't you?"
I am a scout.
Have you no manner of way of tracking orcs in the snow?
I'm glad you asked. I just don't know which one that is to roll. Is that
Survival.
nature or is that survival? Okay.
Nature is if you want to. Well, technically, nature is if you want to determine what tracks are orc. Survival is I want to track them.
Got it. They went that way.
Yeah, he's like, well.
I don't
those
care
are-
whether I'm wrong or not. I'm fucking confident in this, so.
Well, you're confident anytime you make an ability check. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
He looks down for a few seconds. He's like, "Well, that's orc tracks. That's blood. He said they were injured. That's probably them. That way," and points slightly off from the main direction of the pass, and just begins walking.
I'm
I
going to
want you
follow
all
him.
to remember
Hey, wait up.
that I didn't choose this because I'm in charge. I chose that because that's my skill set. Wouldn't kill any of you to take charge once in a while.
I'm pretty sure.
Took
it might.
charge. I said we should go that way, but you know, whatever. I'm wrong.
Oddly enough, it's the exact same way that Veltari pointed.
Hey, wait up. Don't leave us behind.
I'm
Start to
walking.
follow. I'll pull out my warhammer and shield.
Okay. As you guys
My-
begin,
Sorry. It's pretty simple. My shield's always on my arm anyways, and my javelin I'm using as a walking stick, so...
as you guys make your way, it takes you 30 or 40 minutes, but the further along you walk, you notice very subtly more and more kind of clots of blood in the snow. After a while, you can actually hear in the distance Perrin and Johan, the sound of kind of gruff voices, but you can't make out what they're saying. You can simply hear it like every time the wind kind of comes along, it brings their voices on it.
Does anybody know this language?
Only
Or
the two of
you-
us can hear it.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Anyways, I'm going to turn around to everyone and say, from this point forward. So, not necessarily sneak, just don't speak.
And you all continue making your way.
Nod. Yeah.
Okay. You continue making your way for a while, and after another 10 minutes or so, the voices are now audible enough to where you can all hear it, but it's still too muffled to make out. But you do feel that you're gaining on your target.
Okay. I'm going to lean over to Vel and not whisper, but just say quietly, as soon as you can make out what they say, let me know. And continue moving on.
Okay. As you guys continue moving forward, after another 5 or 10 minutes or so, Vel, you can faintly make out that they're discussing that it was a terrible plan to come here, that they should never have left the north, that it's going to be a terrible journey to get back to their homelands.
Well, then I guess I'm going to poke Johann in the ribs and get his attention and let him know that apparently they are trying to get back home.
Never gonna happen.
Continue.
Yep.
Okay. You continue, and now you guys feel that you're probably, like, you get to a point at which you're maybe 200 or 300 feet away from your target. You can hear their footsteps now. There's a decent number of them, like easily over. It's not like 1 or 2. There's probably 5 or 10 of these creatures just beyond your vision.
Mm-hmm.
Are they
You
still
said, like-
talking? Sorry.
Yeah, they're speaking to themselves. Most of it's just complaining about how cold it is, how everything's just awful now. How they're hungry and they want to go pillage somewhere and get food.
Okay. So I whisper to our scout friend. So, how are we going to go about this?
Well, there's no way all of us can sneak up on them. And it's too many of them for me to handle if I were to sneak up on them. So I say we continue making our approach at about
Should
this level of
Should
noise.
we try and flank them? Like the loud group hits them first, and the sneaking group hits them from behind.
I feel like the sneaking group would be the ones who are way more capable of flanking, because most of the sneakers.
That's what I just said. The sneaking group hits them from behind. We'll hit them from
Oh.
the front.
Got it. Yeah. I thought you meant like sneakers wait while everyone else goes to charge.
No,
Shut up.
you get
Shut
in
up.
position.
Shut up. I feel stupid now. Anyways. Is there anyone else capable
No.
of sneaking up with me? Turning and actually asking you people, not Richard.
I guess technically I can't be. I don't know, Richard. How are we playing with weights? And that's something we're factoring into gameplay right now, or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
So
can't
how
sneak.
would we know if we could?
Weight doesn't affect your sneaking, just your armor, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it affects
armor
your
that affects it.
movement, but
Mm-hmm.
I
It's still
technically could. I'm only wearing leather armor.
Same here.
Chainmail.
yeah, chainmail doesn't allow you to
What is
sneak.
our surrounding like?
It's a lightly forested wood between 2 mountains.
Not that I would know this, but wouldn't Hal know that she can teleport between trees?
Mm-hmm.
Does that make a lot of noise or something?
No, not necessarily. Not really.
I didn't know I could do that.
You can get behind them like that.
Well, she can get
Okay.
behind them.
Nearly instantly. As long as the
it's-
trees are
Yeah.
like less than a certain distance apart. Like you can't
She'd have to like
teleport
30
to
foot,
a
30 foot,
tree.
30 foot, 30 foot, 30 foot, and then she'd be behind them, yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I can go with the sneaking party.
All right.
Okay.
You
So-
guys who are sneaking need to go around first, and then we'll charge in.
Okay.
All right.
So who all is the sneaking party? Me and Hal, and I don't know if Vel specifically threw her hat in.
I think the sneaking party should be a smaller group.
Okay.
And if anything, Do you want me to scream at him again?
As long as I'm behind you this time, I'm okay with this.
I don't know if that would be a great idea. If only because with us going around to, I mean, you guys are going to draw their attention, so we're going to be on opposite sides of the field.
Yeah, we're going to be taking the brunt of that if you yell at them. It'd be better if you could throw your voice to attract their attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like
But
I
I
said, I'm
do
not
think it might
going.
be.
Huh?
I wouldn't
Alright.
be
Okay.
going with the sneaking group, so.
No. But Brooke and I literally, you said, should I yell? And Brooke said, I don't think that's a good idea. We'll take the brunt of it. And I said, how about you throw your voice? That's when Bell responds.
You do have your sticks to throw lightning bolts again, right?
Yes. I'm still confused as to what's being said right now, because if I am not sneaking up with you guys, we're the ones who are going to be going in and making noise.
What he's saying is just
Yeah, we're just saying
use your
not
voice
to
to
yell.
distract them,
Yeah.
not to
So
yell.
we can sneak easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you
More or
did that
less
in the
lead them
last
to
fight.
position.
You can make a noise appear wherever you want within a certain distance, and you did it in the last fight, which is why I know about this. Not because Johann's read the 5th ed,
Well, no, that's exactly it. I was just getting confused.
Attract them to us once they're a certain distance away from us, and then we can engage once they're behind them.
All right, Johan, are you ready?
As ready as I ever am to roll a 1.
All right, Hal. Both you and Johan, go ahead and roll stealth with advantage.
Nat 1!
How do you roll a stealth with advantage?
You click the stealth button. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just you take the higher number.
Wow, you rolled a
So-
1 and a 2.
Yeah,
You're the best.
I told you.
Oh no.
So, Hal, you take in your surroundings and you kind of like map out how the trees are laid out along the side, and you just with a quick, you disappear and appear at another tree, and then with another little, you do it, and you just keep jumping back further and further and further until you're confident that you're around. You turn back and you see Johan wading through the snow, and barely getting to the first tree, and he reaches out to kind of take the tree to pull him out of this deep snow he's found himself in, and just snap! And you see him wait for a second, and then you hear a series of other snaps, and half of the tree just shifts and falls with a resounding, crushing noise into the snow below. All of the orcs turn, and Vel, you actually hear, whelps, get the women to the back. And you can kind of see a couple of figures running in a kind of easternly direction as three of the figures rush towards Johann's position.
Wait. If they have women and children, we probably want to negotiate food or something, because I don't like killing women and children.
I don't know who you're talking to, because
I'm talking to the people next to
You're
me.
talking to
You're
Vel
not
and Perrin.
aware.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no, he could hear that too. Vel
Oh,
and
he could?
Okay.
yeah, both of you
That's
can
right, he
speak
can hear it
Orcish.
and he can speak
I wouldn't
Orc,
have
yeah.
understood him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of you can
Oh.
speak it. That's right.
I can't. Elvish, Common, Goblin.
But both
Vel
Vel and
can.
Sarkash can.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he would have the
Okay.
ability to say that.
Well, you've got your qualms. I don't care about that as much. The problem is,
Everyone roll initiative, by the way, because we're in combat now.
Okey-doke.
one of us is in trouble, and we need to deal with it.
Johan is 14.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Everyone just tell me what yours is so I can just do it
Working.
quicker.
Where is the thing?
Core initiative at the top.
Right above your HP.
found
I
it.
always forget.
It's not letting me click that.
I got a 10.
Oh, you have to click the word, not the number.
Oh.
Yeah, and this
Like,
one you always click words.
Damn, 2 nat 20s.
It's good.
That
Everyone gets to
makes
go.
sense.
All right. So, Sirkesh, you first relay that you don't want to kill women and children to Vel. Now, what do you want to do? As it's your action.
I've got to stop them from attacking him. I'm going to draw attention towards us by screaming at them in Orcish, trying to get their attention.
Okay. You see one of them kind of split off, like he kind of stops and looks over at your group, and then yells over to his group, "There's more of them!" And one of the other ones also breaks off and starts heading towards your group. Perrin, that brings us to you. What do you want to do? Sorry about that.
You said there's 3?
Mm-hmm.
2 heading our way, 1 still heading towards him.
One at Johan, 2 at the main group.
I think I'll move slightly forward and take a defensive stance.
Okay.
So again, I
Johan.
have my shield, my warhammer out.
Johan, what do you want to do?
Draw my staff and, I guess, charge towards them.
All right. Go ahead.
I don't know
and-
how far away they are.
Yeah, they're not that far, so roll an attack.
Okay. I clicked the weapon to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I keep forgetting that weapon isn't damage, it's attack.
It's just the attack, yeah. That's a good thing I had orcs written down because my monster manual is on the other computer,
Yeah.
which is broken.
Yeah.
Yay!
It's exciting.
All right, you hit the one that's in front of you. Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's right. There's no button for that, so. And let me make sure I got the right number. Okay. I am the king.
You are so good at rolling ones, buddy.
That is 3 in a day, baby.
All right.
Anyways, I have to check, because for my key, that takes the place of my bonus action, right? If I want to use Flurry of Blows.
If it is a bonus action, it takes the place of any other. You can only get one bonus action around.
Well, no, it doesn't specifically say bonus action. That's why I'm confused.
Well, you should have looked.
So.
I'll look it up. You son of a bitch. Yeah, Flurry of Blows specifically says it's a bonus action. In the text. Right there.
Immediately after you attack, or you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus. Oh, there I go, right there. I'm good. Alright, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and spend my key and do that.
Okay.
So that's just 2 martial arts, right?
Yep. Alright, you hit 1.
Okay. Come on, 1.
Be good. I'd like it. I like it a lot. Ah,
that's
so
a-
close.
I was so close.
All right. Well, you whack into it with your quarterstaff, and it kind of knocks it back a bit, and then immediately after, you strike it with your fist, and it actually impacts its sternum very hard, and you can see it kind of gasp for air as it's surprised that you were that ferocious of an attacker. Vel, your turn.
Well, I'm gonna pull out my magic ball
Yeah,
of magic and wonder.
that's good.
And I'm going to cast Witch Bolt.
All right, roll to hit. So that's a 13.
Does that get any modifiers?
It's it's a +5, I believe. So it's 12 then.
So-
I think it's +5. I don't remember what your attack is. Val, it says under your spells what your attack one is. Your attack bonus is for your spells. I think it's 5 for her.
5, yeah.
Okay, so you hit. Go ahead and roll
Oh.
damage.
I don't remember what my damage is.
It says on which
Should be under the spells page.
Yeah. You can hit the cog, or you can just click on it and it'll tell all of us.
We did that a number of times, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
It's good. It's real good.
Where the frick is it? Oh, found it. Got it.
Magic. Why don't you just click it?
Because I don't trust it, and I'm sick of just sending the skill.
Fair enough. Alright, so you deal 4 damage. Alright. Eldritch arcs of lightning fly out from your hands, and it just barely kind of nicks the shoulder of one of the charging orcs. Hal, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna send out Entangle to some of the orcs that are fighting Johann and see if I can't help make his fight a little bit easier before I go in.
Alright, what's the saving throw for that?
I think it's a strength.
Yeah, it's strength. Must succeed a
Well,
strength save.
Yeah, I need to know the DC.
Oh, against my spell save DC?
Yes. I need to know what I have to roll above.
12.
12? Okay.
Sorry.
Alright, well, as Johann bashes this orc in, the orc kind of steps forward to attack, and vines just wrap around it and just lock it into place, and it just growls ferociously at Johann.
Saved your life.
What does it say to get out of it? Is it a strength throw to get out? Just
Let
click
me
on it so
pull
it
back up.
just says it for everybody, so I know.
Alright.
Yeah, strength.
Okay. So he's gonna try and get out. He succeeds. He just
no.
begins tearing at it, and he rips the vines off of him. But that's his whole action. The other orcs are going to attack Sirkesh and Vel. So we'll start with Sirkesh, and that does not hit. And so one of them throws a javelin and just flies right past your ear, Sirkesh. And the other one throws a javelin, and it was a 10 to hit. Does that hit your ear? Does it hit you, Vel?
This is weird.
I don't
Just like-
know.
Avoiding the big armored guy and move forward. Taking the 2 smaller things.
Fucking hate this. What am I looking at?
AC, armor class.
9.
Okay, so that javelin does hit you. Rolling the dice. And it does 9 damage
Why can't I roll like that?
as it kind of jams into your arm. You manage to just rip it out really quickly, but that hurt.
That's 2 sessions in a row you've been hitting the arm with a javelin.
Yeah, it's good, right?
Really hard.
Sirkesh, your turn.
Whatever, just thank fuck I don't only have 9 HP anymore.
It's good, right?
Okay. I draw my sword and begin the attack on one of the orcs.
Alright, do it to it. I assume you're attacking the one that tried to attack you.
No, the one she attacked.
Okay.
Alright, I just click on my weapon, right?
Yep. Nice. Crit.
Why can't I roll like that?
So go ahead. So when you roll your damage, you double the number of dice rolled, but it's the same plus modifier at the end.
So I'll roll 2d8s, and
Yes. 2d8 plus your strength.
that's a 2. Okay.
All right. So, seeing the opening that Vel made for you as her lightning kind of clashed along its chest, you rush forward with your. Were you using your javelin? Or your
No,
sword?
I drew my sword.
Okay. With your sword drawn, you rush forward and watch as the javelin thrown by the orc hits Vel, and with a blinding and divine fury, you simply leap forward, knocking its hand out of the way as it tries to stop you from getting atop of it, and slamming your sword in through its chest, killing it instantly.
Ooh,
Perrin.
man.
Okay, scary paladin.
Perrin, it's your turn.
How close is Vel to me?
Vel's probably like 10 feet away, not that far.
I guess I'm gonna turn around and heal her.
All right.
So I'm gonna walk towards her, and then touch her, and then heal her with healing word.
All right. Roll it up.
Oops. Well, that's the healing part.
Is there anything else to it? Like, do you have to attack or anything?
I think I have to pass a skill check for that, do I?
I don't think healing word does, but double check. But yeah, okay, Vel, you get 7 of your HP back.
Well, here, I'll put the card over instead. Card.
So Johan, what do you want to do?
The one I struck last time had the wind knocked out of it, but still alive, right?
Yes. And it tore off the vines that were entangling it.
Okay, then I'm going to attempt to bash it again.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that's a hit.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you don't have to do any of it. Oh, it's a bonus action. Perrin, is there anything
What
that you
is?
want to do with the rest of your action?
Oh,
Go ahead and roll damage since you already hit. It's fine, but
okay.
Perrin still has an
Sure.
action.
Let's turn back around and just resume my defensive stance, I guess.
Okay, cool. So you deal 6 damage.
Whopping 6.
You bring your quarterstaff back, and you just kind of grin at it as it tears the last of its vines, and with a thick thwap, you crush its head in under your bowstaff, and it falls to the ground dead.
Alright. Are there any more around me?
No, not immediately around you. There's one more by Vel and Sirkesh.
Closer towards the back of the group, then?
That's a ways away from you, yes. It's like 40
Yeah, well, I meant,
feet
what
away.
about the second group that broke off to come towards us after they found out there were more?
Yeah, they're like, those are way away from you.
Alright, I begin running towards them.
Okay. Vel, your turn.
You said they had sent away their women and children, right?
Mm-hmm.
How far have they gotten?
From you, it's probably like 90 feet or so.
I don't know if that's actually within range of my illusion. Is it?
It's your spell.
I don't know numbers!
It says
It's
on the
true,
spell
she doesn't
list.
know numbers at all.
Spell,
Really?
minor illusion. Minor illusion's range is 30 feet. It is 3 times as far as you can throw that. 3 times further than you can throw that.
Well. I am still going to attempt it.
Okay.
I am going to throw my voice in their direction and scream at them.
All right. Is there anything in particular that you say, or are you just doing a bloody scream?
How
Well, it's
complex
not
can
going-
she make the mimicry? Because you keep
Yeah.
saying a scream. You're not screaming. You're creating an illusion of sound. Those are two completely separate uses of the same spell.
It can be your voice. It's a scream.
Or
Yeah.
something else.
So she's screaming. What are you screaming?
Just screaming. Either a basic, be it a high-pitched girly scream, or just freaking roaring at them.
Okay.
So you're going for the deafening thing then?
Either deafening or
No, that's what the
Whatever.
scream is.
I know, but it's going to either deafen or it's going to alert them to the fact that there's something over there that might be dangerous.
Over where? If you scream, it comes from you.
Yeah, but it's
She's throwing her
I'm
voice.
throwing my
That's a-
voice. That's
It's a different skill. Well, it's the same skill. It's a different. Yeah.
that's what I said at the start.
Okay.
Zach, what you're getting confused about is that she is using minor illusion, not thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy
Got it.
amplifies. It's the thing that can, like, deafen. Minor illusion is a scream as loud as she could normally physically scream. Up
Got
to
it.
30 feet
I
away
didn't know
from
which
her
one
body.
she was using.
So she screams, and a fairly high-pitched girly scream echoes from about 30 feet in front of her, which is oddly enough pretty much right next to you, Johan. So you're like, what the
Good.
fuck? And then just continue running. Which brings us to Hal. Hal, what do you want to do?
I'm going to start heading towards the group that Johan's heading to
Okay.
with my scimitar prepared to attack.
free teleportation.
No, I don't think I could do that in combat. I don't know
I don't
Technically
remember.
still not in combat.
Yeah,
though. Yes, I
technically-
am. I used Entangle.
Yeah, but you're not being attacked or anything right now.
Oh, so
Yeah.
can I do that?
Yeah.
Alright, that's what I'm gonna do.
So you jump 30 feet. About 30 feet.
Okay.
Jump like 25 feet. I guess the last orc is going to go ahead and attack Sirkesh, or attempt to attack Sirkesh again after he saw his friend just get freaking annihilated by him.
Roll another crit.
That is a 19 to hit.
Shit.
That hits.
Yeah, it had to have been at 18 or higher.
Or lower. You take 8 damage as it brings
Oh,
its
I'm bleeding.
as it brings its axe into your chest, sinking just under, or sinking just in like a wedge between the plate mail, or not the plate mail, the chain mail. But it does bring us to your turn, buddy. What do you want to do in
Is he
response?
Still on me? Because has he removed the axe yet?
Yeah, he just smacked and then gets back, and now you guys are swashbuckling again.
Oh, I'm gonna kill him.
Okay. I believe in you. That barely hits.
Good enough. 1d8. Aha!
Nice. It's 10. So as he pulls his axe out of you, you remove the sword from the orc that it was currently in, swing it around in your hand, and bring it across his chest, causing a deep scar, and blood pours out as you kind of rend his leather armor. Perrin, what do you want to do?
How close is that orc to me?
Within 15 feet.
Close enough for attacks.
Okay. I guess I'll walk towards him and hit him with my hammer.
Okay. Yeah, bump on the head.
Let's see. Click that.
Alright, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Since I have in one hand, it's 1d8 plus strength.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Would help if I hit the roll thing.
Probably.
Nah.
Yeah.
In my experience, that just nets you ones.
So you rush up and you smack it across its back, and it kind of falls to the ground, gasping deeply for air. As you can kind of see, its back caved in. You've obviously broken a couple of its ribs.
Yeah.
Johan, that brings us to you. What would you like to do?
They're still taking care of the one that's back there, and there's another party rushing towards us.
There's no
how
party
close?
rushing towards you.
No,
That party
I thought it
that
running-
was rushing towards you split off. Half went to us, the other went to you.
2 went to them, 1 went to you. The one that
That
went
was
to
it.
you is dead, and now you're chasing after the party that's fleeing.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and continue that. Book
Okay.
at full speed.
Look at full speed. All right, you catch up to them, but are unable to attack.
Okay.
Vel, that brings us to you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna swap out my magic ball and pull out my daggers and.
Why do
try
you
to-
throw those?
I don't throw. I'm not gonna
Dagger,
throw
dagger,
them.
dagger.
I'm gonna try to get over to something and stab it.
Oh my god.
What?
You're actually gonna stab something.
Screw you all.
Roll to
See you
hit.
later.
What bonus do you get, or what negative bonus do you get?
She gets a -2?
But
To
that's
deck?
only if they're thrown, right?
No, it's dex.
No.
Those are daggers.
Yeah. You're
That was not what I was told at the start.
You're to hit. No
Throwing
mat-
anything.
irrelevant of whether it's thrown or not. It still uses your dex modifier.
You told me before that that was only if I was throwing them, though. At the very least, Zach did.
No.
Well, I think he meant if you throw it, you'll lose the weapon. At least this way you won't lose the weapon if you miss.
Yeah. And throwing is always
Well,
dex,
okay, so,
regardless
yeah.
of the weapon.
Technically, I believe those are finesse, which means you can opt to use your strength, which might be better. I don't know. You have to tell me.
It is. I'm pretty sure. Hold on, where the frick did that window go? It
Is that a
died.
thing that's actually on? Oh.
Yes. Okay.
My
so,
dagger's finesse. So.
So you roll a straight 6 instead of a 4. So it is technically better for you to attack because you can attack using strength instead if you hold on to it. But if it's thrown, it's always using your dex, which is at a negative too.
Got it.
So yeah, you roll a 6. You still miss, but now you
Yeah.
know how that all works out. So
And you can
rush.
also click the dagger.
You can. You can also click the dagger and it'll roll for you, but it's gonna roll based off of her dex. Just
Oh.
in general.
Fair enough.
Roll again. Alright, roll damage. So technically, you would have rolled from advantage because Roger knocked it on the ground. It's completely prone. And you're attacking its back.
I need to.
I think it's
fucking
1d6 plus
It's
strength
1 for daggers?
for dagger.
1d4
D4.
slashing.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
one. So roll
1d4.
1d4. Because your strength is a 0, so it doesn't give you anything. Alright. So, Vel, after this scream echoes 30 feet away, pulls out her dagger, rushes towards the now downed orc, pounces on it, and just begins stabbing mercilessly into its leather armor. After about the 9th or 10th stab, Perrin pulls it off and the orc is very obviously dead.
Good job.
Good.
You hit a thing. Good job. Hal, what do you want to do?
I'm continuing to move to the fleeing group. I don't know if I've gotten closer or not, so.
Well, each time you do, you get closer. Are you dashing? Because technically, dashing, I believe, moves you further than poofing into trees, because I'm pretty sure poofing into trees is 30 feet, but you can dash
I'm
double.
gonna dash.
Okay. So you're going to catch up. You're basically going to meet up with Johan and not be able to attack because you had to dash to get there, but you're going to be there.
Alright.
They are now at... It didn't really matter because it doesn't put you ahead. It doesn't put them ahead of anything. So basically, Johan, as you and Halasia both get to this fleeing orc, you see two orc men or boys. They look to be about 15 years of age, with these small hand axes turn, and you can just see kind of abject fear on their faces, and they drop their weapons and immediately just kind of like fall to their knees, shuddering after like turning around and immediately witnessing that all three of the full-grown orcs had died. But first, Sarkesh, what do you want to do?
Okay. I'm very wounded.
Okay.
Would using lay on hands
It heals you
stop
1
me from
point.
catching up to them?
I believe lay on hands is an ability, but that doesn't affect your movement. You'll only be able to move your maximum move. You can't dash, because using lay on hands is an action. Otherwise, you have to use dash, which replaces your action to double your movement. Unless lay on hands is a bonus action, which I'm not sure of, because we just started playing this. I'll look it up in the book. What do you want to do, though? Just tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you if it's possible after I look this up.
I'm wanting to catch up to them before anything happens to children.
It is an action, so you would have to try and... You can move... What's your movement?
My movement is 30.
But you're encumbered, right? So it's 20?
That's while I'm encumbered.
While you're encumbered, it's 30?
Oh no, yeah, it is 20.
Yeah.
It is 20.
Okay.
So I can run about 40.
So you can run 40, which will get you about halfway there. But you can't lay on hands while doing it.
I'm going to get halfway there then.
Okay. You immediately after seeing Vel kill this orc, you turn and you see Johan and Hal both converge on the next group of orcs, and you just take off.
How did he get halfway there if I can run 80 feet in a turn and I'm...
Because you were going
already ahead of
around
it.
and they were running the
Oh.
opposite direction.
Got it.
Perrin, it's your turn.
I guess I would want to try to kill the orcs. Perrin doesn't like them. They killed his clan. I'm gonna dash.
Okay. And what's your movement?
I'm encumbered, and my normal
And so okay,
speed
so
is
you're
35.
you keeping pace with him. All right. Mm-hmm. Now you can move 80. Oh, because of Step of the Wind.
What?
No, I want to Zach. How can you move 80?
Because I got at level 2. Damn it! Of course I'm on the wrong page now. I just had it pulled up. I get an extra 10
unarmored
meters when I
movement.
get level.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Then you can move 60. Yes. Oh no, because you're
Hmm?
the average
No,
speed of
'cause-
a human's 30. Right. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep forgetting because everyone else is encumbered.
Yep.
All right, Johan. This brings us to you. What do you want to do?
All right. Very convenient that they dropped their weapons because I'm gonna smack a bitch.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
All right, you hit.
All right, good.
It's advantage. They're not trying to defend themselves at all.
Yeah.
All right. You bring your quarterstaff down, and you immediately feel the vertebra in this orc's neck just shatter, and it drops down dead.
All right. And I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus attack for martial arts on the other child.
Okay. You hit.
Is that a D4? It is.
All right. You bring your fist, like, after doing that, you bring your fist down on the other one and knock it, and it kind of just flips over in the snow, and its eye now bruising immediately. Vel, it is your turn.
I'm the only one that's not over there, right?
You're the only one that's not trying to get over there at the moment. You're just taking in your glory after the kill as you hear Sirkesh and Perrin just book it.
Basically, you were stabbing it, they pulled you off, and then immediately began booking it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you're at.
And you're just like, that was good.
And covered in orc blood.
Yeah.
Lots
right
and lots of orc blood.
After my Amazonian war scream.
that one.
I'm gonna start going over there, but I'm not gonna sprint or anything. I'm just gonna
Okay.
and go.
I'm just jogging
As
over.
she away.
All right, Hal. Now it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm going to attack the remaining child orc.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Alright. Let me pull up that window real quick.
Okay. So as you crit
You
it,
successfully beat the child?
so as you bring your scimitar, actually it doesn't even matter because he got it low enough. You take your scimitar out as you see it flipped over now, lying on its back, and you just scrape the scimitar along the ground and just cut the child in twain,
Oh my god!
splitting its chest open.
Okay. Dear sweet Jesus! Whatever, it's gonna grow up and be a bad guy.
Sirkesh, what do you want to do? As you see both of these things happen in front of you. About 50 feet away.
He's just gonna drop to his knees.
Okay. You drop to your
And
knees
start-
in the snow.
praying for them.
All right. Baron, what do you want to do? There's still 2 orcs alive over there.
Because, well, how far are they away from me now?
50.
Just a-
You're right next to
50.
him, so there's still 50. They're 50 from both of you.
Well, if I'm right next to him, I guess it makes sense to try to heal him. Well, no, I guess he's not going to move. Is there any penalty for dashing twice?
Dash is. Oh, got it. You mean like sprinting in Dark Heresy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
No,
dash
yeah,
does not
that-
come with a penalty unless you're in dangerous terrain. Like over hot, or it's just perilous. But you're not, so you can dash twice if you want.
But dashing would be pretty much my entire action, or?
Yes, that is your whole action. You can still do bonus actions after that, but you can't do any normal actions.
Oh, really? You can do bonus actions after you dash?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
can-
did not know that.
You can always do a bonus action unless it specifies a reason you can't within the action. But bonus actions
so
do
I-
not count.
So I could have punched that child after I dashed up to it.
For your key point, yeah.
No, not for my key. My regular, my second attack, my martial arts, is a bonus action.
I thought you had to attack normally first, though.
Do I? I'll read about that while we
Yeah.
continue on.
But if not, then yes, you could have. What do you want to do, Perrin?
What did we determine the ranged? Wait, ranged spell attack. Well, here, I'll just put this in chat. Spell card. That one. What did we determine that was the ranged spell attack? So Didn't we just do that as a wisdom check last time? I think.
Oh, it's a modifier that actually it should say in your spell sheet. So it's a d20 plus it should say like spell attack modifier. On
Spell attack bonus?
yes, that it's that one. So it's a d20
And for the record,
plus
Richard,
that.
you are correct. I have to make an attack first to do martial arts, but I could have done flurry of blows.
Yes, that's what I thought. You could
I
use
guess.
your key to do it. Oh no, you
guess I
couldn't
can
have.
cast this.
I was wrong. You can't make flurry of blows. That also states that you have to make an attack action. You can
Oh, do
then
I?
spend a key point to do two unarmored or
Nope.
two unarmed attacks.
All right, good to know moving forward.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna advance halfway towards them and then cast guiding bolt at one of the two of them. Since it sounds like neither one of them has gotten damaged yet.
All right, go for it.
Oh, but I can't. This isn't an attack, but I can spend a key point to get a second dash as a bonus action.
Yes,
So
you
I can
can.
technically move up to 160 feet in a round.
You deal 12 damage. All right, so
Oh no, that was rolling. To
oh, that
hit,
was
though.
the hit. You hit. Sorry,
I hit. Okay.
that does hit. I was reading the like 46 radiant damage, and then I just saw the 12, and I was like, oh, well, that wasn't that much, but good job.
No, that wasn't that
that
much
much,
either.
but good job. So, anyways, a flash of light flies from your hand and arcs towards one of the entities in the distance, and you hear a high-pitched scream as it just falls to the snow.
Satisfying.
Johan, what do you want to do?
How far is the next one from me?
Like 15 feet, maybe. Not very far.
All right, cool. I'm gonna casually jog up to it and beat it with my beaten stick.
Okay.
Just to make sure, you are talking about your quarterstaff, right?
Oh my god.
In this instance, yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, your beaten stick succeeds. How would you
Good.
like to beat this orc woman to death? Or how much damage?
Violently.
How much damage would you like to apply to this orc woman in attempt to beat her to death? It's digging.
Probably not enough.
So yeah, you bring your quarterstaff back and you smack her as she turns to try and run away, and she falls into the snow in front of you.
If she's not dead, I'm going to punch her in the face.
Okay, go ahead, roll it up
All right.
with advantage.
Oh. Oh. Well, even with advantage.
Wow,
with-
look at you. You just pound the ground right next to her,
Put the fear of God in her.
pretty much. Vel, this brings us to you. What do you want to do as you're sauntering over to this?
I'm just gonna continue sauntering over. I'm gonna assume I'm not over there yet.
Nah, you're pretty far
So
away.
happy I rolled 2 2s.
That was good.
Passed by me, at least.
Yep. Hal, what do you want to do?
I'm going to go up to try and finish off that orc woman.
Okay, roll to hit.
Yay.
This is just painful to listen to.
All right,
Well, you know what?
roll damage.
Alright. Oh.
That was
1d6 minus 2.
so. You bring your scimitar back, and as you attempt to attack, you simply cut part of her clothing off.
Whatever. She looked tacky anyways.
Good. So, Sakesh, what
Didn't
do
know
you
you
want to do?
swung that way.
It's good to know. Can trees
Lay on
be
hands.
lesbians? On yourself?
Gonna use lay on hands.
Okay. How many points are you using?
All 5.
Okay. All right. You grasp your holy symbol and are kind of half praying for penance and half praying for healing. begin to heal yourself. Perrin, what do you want to do, buddy?
The last one alive is a woman, right?
Yeah. I mean, the one you just killed was also a woman, so...
I think I'd probably just... I don't know. I want a meta, but I feel like my character would just want blood. So I'm going to walk over... Or I'm going to walk... I assume at this point, if I do another walk action, I'm like right next to her.
Yeah, you can move up next to her without using a dash now.
Okay. And I guess it's just whacking time, so Warhammer.
Alright, roll with advantage, because she's on the ground and it's 3-on-1. Alright. Well, you roll damage. Roll damage while I figure out how I want to phrase this for maximum impact. So, as Hal begins to turn her and brings her sword back to begin the next attack, Perrin, you walk over and with the warhammer in your hands, you just kind of like flip it and pull it back into the air, and you can see her reaching her bloodied hand out, hoping that you'll stop. And the warhammer comes down in a sickening thud. And then there is silence.
So sad.
Good job, everyone. We had a successful night.
I feel pretty good. I didn't take any damage.
Me either.
Or I.
It's D&D.
I put my sword away and go to their encampment.
Well, they were just moving on foot, but yeah. So you're just heading over to where they are?
No, I'm just gonna grab my javelin and wait for the group.
Okay. So, Vel, you finally make it to the rest of them, who are all kind of standing about the last 4 orcs' bodies. All of them breathing heavily from the combat that just occurred.
And then she turns and she nopes away.
Okay. You nope back towards Sarkesh, who's just kind of standing there in the snow, holding his javelin, looking quite dejected. Almost forlorn, as it were.
Quietly pat him on the shoulder.
I'm gonna make my way back over there as well. Actually,
I'm
I
going
don't-
to join them over there.
Okay.
I don't think any orc women or children had anything worthy of taking, but I will still look over the bodies.
Alright. You find 2 hand axes and a bunch of cloth.
All right, nothing worth my time. Nothing they stole from the fort.
Perrin?
Go ahead.
This was like a kind of caravan, right?
No, it was just, like 7 fleeing people.
I mean, like they had like a cart or something that they were probably moving goods with, or
No,
No, they were running.
Yeah,
They
there's
were
7 people
just
trying
running.
to leave.
Took what they had and ran.
Oh, okay.
So no good loot then. Fuck.
What I'm hearing.
Take my warhammer out and I hit them for not having good loot, and then I leave.
I guess I'll. Well, I guess we're done. So I guess I'll just look. I'll just like look at my warhammer in awe, since it hit things.
It hit things pretty good.
It did. It done good.
Your warhammer had a good night.
It hit multiple things, and you didn't even take damage for it.
Good. I'll just stand there in awe until somebody tells me to do something.
Well, everyone's left, so
Oh.
everyone's walking back the other way, and you're just like, yeah.
Then I guess I'll start following them then.
Okay. After a few minutes, you all kind of regroup together in the middle of the field by the pass.
All right. Good work, everyone. I say we head back to the fort unless you want to hunt down any more.
I vote next time you don't tear down one of the trees.
I make no promises.
You have such a way with making friends.
The most magical.
I came out here to murder people, but sure,
Which
friends.
was clearly done. Very
Yeah, good job,
clearly.
everyone.
Which means our task is done.
I don't feel we should be congratulated on it. It was needed, but we shouldn't revel in it.
I might revel in it.
Still looking
Let's
at
report
the
back.
Warhammer in awe.
And now Sarkesh starts glaring at him with intent to kill.
Wait, which one? Johan or
no.
Perrin?
Johan.
Okay. Just for my notes, I need to know this.
I ignore him and continue back towards the fort.
All right. You all head back towards the fort. The fart.
Fart?
Good. You all
That's a
see
smelly place.
you all see this ghast wafting through the air and decide, yeah, it looks like a thing to follow. And after after about 2 hours, you find yourselves, oddly enough, back at the fort. Huh. So that's where this leads. And you make your way inside. That's how you recover from flubbing a line as a GM.
Magical. I'm so proud of you.
You make it integral to the campaign.
Yeah, it's a thing now. You can follow
That fart
farts.
will continue
They
showing
lead you
up.
places.
I'm going to the infirmary to help the wounded.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow Sarkesh and see if I can help comfort him while he tends to the wounded.
At this point, it would be somewhere around like 10 or 11 at night. So
Oh yeah, it's
Rough,
late
based on
night.
that. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna find anyone, the highest person in the rank who is still awake, who I can report back to.
Okay. It doesn't take you. You basically just walk into the kind of the stone center of the fort, and just tell the first person that you see who looks like they're authoritative what happened. And they nod and just tell you, okay, go get some sleep. I'm sure Kuntz will have words with you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And he salutes you, and then
I return salute, and I assume I walked into his tent, so I leave.
Alright. Vel, or is there anything you're doing? Perrin, you?
I guess it's sleep time.
I'm gonna go shuffle off to a place that looks real quiet and sob quietly into a book and try not to barf.
Okay.
The murder of orc children did not sit well.
Alright. Hal, you and
We killed
Sarkesh.
women too.
She
And
said
nothing
women and
about
children.
that was okay.
Sarkesh finishes what he's doing and then finds a nice fire outside and sets his bedroll near it.
Okay.
Ouch.
It's snowing. He wants to be warm.
Hal, you
So you're
just
still gonna sleep outside then?
Fire's
Hal, you're
warmest.
just tree form outside.
Yep. Just gonna tree up. That's
Okay.
what I do.
So next day, you all wake up a little late. It's obviously past dawn. You guys were out quite late, so you took a while to sleep in. Anyone who is wounded, go ahead and roll half of your hit die, or 1 if you're level 1, to see how many wounds you recover. Look at you. Critting.
Wow. Back to full health.
Hell yeah. It's a good night's sleep by the fire.
Hey, fires are nice.
Pretty good. It's good, bro. Anyways, I misclicked, so give me a moment. because we ended up getting through this session's notes faster than I thought we were going to. All right. So on to session 5's notes.
Oh man, this is week 1.
I know, right? In the morning, Johan, Vel, or actually no, you're not there. So Johan and Perrin, you're both woken by a soldier who tells you that Colonel Kuntz is waiting for you in the command structure, and then kind of turns and leaves. And as he's walking out the door of the barracks, he's like, "Oh, gather up the rest of your party too," and then he leaves the barracks.
Okay. So it's just me and Perrin right now?
Mm-hmm.
Because
You're
we're
the only two that
ones.
went
Okay.
into the barracks.
Okay. Alright, so Perrin was there, so he heard that, so I'll either let him follow me or go where he needs to go. I'm gonna round up everyone else.
Okay. Perrin, are you following Johan?
I'll go to the infirmary, check in, and then I guess we have a meeting spot we'll go to.
Okay. So you go to the infirmary, check in with them, and then kind of just head towards the command structure. Johan, as you leave, it's not hard to find Hal and Sarkesh. One is a tree, and the other one is sleeping next to a fairly decent-sized bonfire. So you
Okay.
make your way over to them.
Are they near each other?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just not sure how close to a fire Hal sleeps, so...
Well, I mean, she's like 10 feet off. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Far enough away, she's good.
Alright, so I guess I'll saunter on up and, whenever the two of you... Are they awake or asleep?
You kick Sarkesh a little bit and like kind of nudge him awake.
Okay. When you and Hal get a chance to wake up, the Colonel wishes to speak to the party. I'm off to look for Vel, and Perrin is already waiting.
I get up, roll up my bedroll, and put it up, and just follow
Okay.
silently. As in
Hal,
his mood, the words that are going to come out of his mouth is all Richard's doing.
It's just
Oh,
strings
Jesus.
of profanity.
Well, do you use that kind of language in front of beaten and dead children?
Only when they're around. So anyways, Johan,
oh,
it takes you...
She didn't want to play Merc anymore. Good God.
I'm not playing Merc.
It takes you a couple
This is for a
minutes,
totally different reason.
but eventually you do find Vel kind of huddled into a nook by the infirmary.
Okay. I'm going to slowly approach then.
Hal wakes up and follows Sarkesh. She sees him wandering away and knows it's not a good time to talk to him, so.
Vel, if you wouldn't mind following us, the Colonel wants to speak to our group.
She groans and stands up, but looks in no way, shape, or form happy. In fact, incredibly dejected and probably a little sick.
Okay. So you all make your way to the central command area.
Good.
And you're let in by an officer. Perrin's there waiting for you all. And he shows you to
Not right now.
the colonel's office. As you walk in, you find it really odd. There's a large oaken desk in the center of it, and then a decently sized chair. You can only see the tops of his shoulders and his head turned around so that he's not facing you. And flanked on either side are two guards in the room, which is kind of normal. And as soon as you enter... So, give me your report, Johan.
We tracked down a group. It was 10,
7.
7. Okay, couldn't remember. So we tracked down a group of 7 orc, right?
Mm-hmm. Orc.
Okay. Sorry, it's having trouble remembering between actual and your terms. So. Oh no, I know.
Oh.
Just
Just so everyone else knows.
okay. We tracked down a party of 7 orc fleeing last night, and took them down. They put up only minor resistance, as they were already wounded from the battle here.
Very good. I suppose at least we've finally had a minor success. You know, it's been quite strange since you showed up, Johann. We almost lost a scout, and then we lost a master scout, and then when you were off at a temple, the fort was besieged. Is there anything you wish to enlighten me about?
The fort has fallen on hard times, sir. I'm afraid I don't understand.
Johann, I'll get to the point. Your friends trouble me. It's, well, let's say a bit odd that a man of the military, such as yourself, or at least so I've been told, would travel with with their kind. How did you find yourself in their company?
It wouldn't be a warrant. What would, like a help wanted ad, what would that be referred to? The government would put out like a Craigslist.
You were requisitioned?
Okay. I was called. I came from Ara, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was called back to Skirth from Ara, and this is the group that had been requisitioned by the capital for a simple scouting mission up to your fort to determine what kinds of provisions and manpower were necessary. Anything beyond that was the decision of the capital.
You expect me to believe that Skirth would have sent a demon and that tree simply to figure out how many more forces we need when we're so obviously underwhelmed?
Well, the tree was met out here, along with her paladin companion. The Fiendkin, Veltari, traveled with me from Skirth on behalf of the military's orders, alongside Perrin and another fallen comrade, Orion. And I can't remember his name, the general.
Oh, that was...
Since there's no way Johann would forget that, but
yeah.
I know it's similar enough to
It is Sigurd Viken.
something. Sigurd Viken? Okay. And General Sigurd Viken.
Oh, so you met the tree and... What was the paladin's name again?
Sarkesh, sir.
Yes, Sarkesh, you're a knowledgeable man, aren't you?
Somewhat.
I was told that you were the one who knew about the elementals. Do you have anything that you'd care to enlighten us about?
A village near where I come from was attacked by fire elementals. I was one of the only survivors taken into the monastery.
He actually came specifically seeking out the temple.
I've
That
been
is how-
searching for elementals for a long time. This is the only lead I've gotten in the last few years.
That is how he came to be in my party, was I agreed to lead him to the temple as I had been there previously.
He kind of just... He doesn't say anything, kind of waiting to see if you say anything else.
So far, I've noticed the elementals have been reacting more violently towards the living. I consider them a form of life, but they are primitive, far more powerful and chaotic than I've ever seen.
Do you have any sympathy for these elementals?
None for elementals.
Then why did you appease the one at the temple?
It threw me to the ground.
I can vouch for that statement, sir. It was, the tree and I were the only ones who remained atop the pillars to appease it.
I noticed the elements were changing, and I was trying to stop it without violence, because I have seen no physical way to harm an elemental.
He gets up from behind his chair and kind of turns around now, and you can see over his eyes there's a tightly wound black cloth. And he kind of puts his arms on his desks and leans forward. Well, I hope you understand that I take the security of my fort very seriously, and I'm going to have to request that you all stay here for a little while a party of my own can go up and verify your story.
As you wish, I'm a paladin. I have truly nothing to hide.
I will respect your wishes, sir, but with all due respect, I would like to return to Skirth as quickly as possible, as I promised the Master Scout that I would report. Fuck, I had lost my entire train of thought. That I would send the reinforcements that this fort so desperately needed a few days ago for his demise and the attacks.
Yes, I'm sure you... Provided everything goes well, it shouldn't be that long until you are free to leave and go back to Skirth and fulfill your wish.
Then I shall do as I'm ordered, sir.
Very good. And he just kind of like nods, and the two guards next to you and Vel grab... Well, one takes you, and then the other one grabs both Vel and Hal and begins leading you all out of his room.
Okay.
You're led out of the officers area and towards the front of the command garrison. I'm just going to call it a garrison because that's what it is. Towards the front of the garrison, you are led down a winding staircase that goes almost the full length. You estimate that by the time you reach the bottom, you are at least 20 feet underground, and you are led into a brig and placed under arrest.
Okay. I accept it, and if they shackle or whatever, I put hands out. If not, I simply take a seat.
No, they remove all of your weapons, obviously, and normal belongings, but they leave your clothes and they don't shackle you or anything. And they put all of it into a chest right outside, or not right outside, but near to the cell. It's very small. There's only 2 cells and a small chair that's quite a ways away from the cell where someone could sit and watch. In both of the cells, there's a kind of small tube that leads up about 20 feet that is your only ability to get sunlight or any light in this area.
Okay. When they take my stuff, do they also take my deck of cards?
Yeah, they take everything.
Okay.
Can I keep my books?
Which one do you want?
Any of them? I just need something.
And one of the guards shuffles through your bag, and as he's handing a book over, one of the other guards goes and pushes it aside. And he kind of looks apologetically and then turns to leave the room. One of them
Can I have my
sits in a chair.
amulet so I can pray for the dead?
No, they didn't arrest you or Perrin. It's
Yeah,
the three
I
of
it's
us.
thought
just-
they let all of us out.
They
What
let
did
all
they
of
do
you-
with Bobbert?
They led all of you out. Hal, Vel, and Johan are the ones that are actually under arrest. Perrin and Sarkesh, you've been led there, kind of just as a favor to show. Like, this is what we're doing. We're not doing anything bad. And then as they take everything, they're going to lead you out.
I'm under suspicion,
Okay.
and they're not people.
They're not trusted people.
They're not people.
We're not
It's
people.
literally-
I am tree.
Well, they took
means they're gonna
everything
need the
from us
sunlight.
and everything.
So what about Bobbert?
Yeah, where's Bobbert? What did they do with Bobbert?
Is he still
Where-
hiding in the pocket?
Yeah. Where do you keep Bobbert?
In a pouch on my belt, so he would be safe.
Okay. And they remove the pouch and put it in the chest
Oh
and close the chest.
no!
Bobbert,
The books aren't on top of him,
no!
right?
So, anyways, Sarkesh and Perrin, you're both kind of just shown that this is where they'll be kept, and then let out. As you get to the top of the stairs, the guard turns and says, Sarkesh, I believe they'll only be held for a few days unless anything comes back negatively. Neither of you are to leave the camp as well, but you are not under arrest for anything.
All right. Is there anyone still? I asked the guard. Is there anyone still in the infirmary needing aid?
Yes, there are still a few severely wounded.
I go in to the infirmary and lay on hands on as many as I can.
Okay.
It'll help
Uh,
seal wounds.
Perrin, what are you up to?
Well, I guess I'm still in front of the guard, right?
You're wherever you want to be.
Um. I guess I'll report to the guard captain and see if there's anything I can do for him. I don't know. Let's do that.
Yeah. You can take a watch if you would like. We're now massively understaffed, so any help would be appreciated.
As an elf, I think watching at night would be most beneficiary for the fort, if you need coverage then.
Yes, that'll do. Thank you.
We'll do that.
So how many of the people did I help?
5 people. They're still wounded, but they're both comforted just from you being there and kind of praying over them, and the holy light that helps to seal some of their wounds and closes some of their aches. So you've done more emotional help than like physical help so far, but any small thing is quite appreciated, as there are a lot of people who are like missing arms and legs and eyes and stuff.
I've done all I can for now. I go volunteer for night watch.
Okay, you're accepted as well.
On to the night.
Yeah. So, basically, Sirkesh, Perrin, you watch as like a small team of 5 people or so are led out. You assume that this is probably the scouting party. They're let out at about midday, and you don't see them through the entirety of that day, nor do you see them on the night watch while you're up.
At the end of our shifts, are we going to rest or are we going to continue to watch? I'm asking Perrin this.
You may do as you wish. Being that I am an elf, I actually no longer sleep. Or rather, my people do not sleep. We simply meditate.
Alright, I'm going to go next to the bonfire if it's still roaring and lay down my bedroll and rest.
Okay. Well then, Vel, Johan, Hal, what have you all been doing?
I'm
Since
doing
the
my.
moment. Oh,
Never mind.
go on. I'm not doing anything important, so.
Well, until night falls, I'm doing my best to stay near the light and just stay calm. So, and then as night falls, I can't tree down there, I'm pretty sure, so I need to stay awake.
It's going to be a long couple days for you.
Shut up.
So,
You should have been
since
over
the
50.
moment I was let in, I sat down and I began meditating. So that's all I'm doing.
Okay. Vel, what are you doing?
She is pressed against whatever side is closest to the chest with her stuff in it,
Mm-hmm.
worrying over Bobbert.
Good.
How far is the chest from the cell? Like it's across a
yeah,
room, right?
it's probably like maybe 10 feet away. Not very far.
Okay.
Vel, go ahead and make a perception roll. You begin to fret after a few hours as you have not heard any sound come from the chest.
They're gonna kill my mouse!
The night passes. Perrin, as you've stayed out there, you meditated. Well, you went into a trance so you could get at least some rest. But you kind of made sure you would wake up every once in a while just to see if any of the news has happened. And the scouting party that they sent up has not made it back yet. As morning breaks, and Sirkesh, you begin to awaken at dawn, or a little after dawn.
Well, I'm going back in the infirmary since my lay on hands is recharged and healing and praying as much as I can to help people.
Okay.
I guess I'll find a guard captain or just a guard and see what they know about this scout party.
I don't know anything. I mean, they left. They should have been back by now. Maybe they found something? Hopefully they found something and it's not bad news. Can't really afford to lose anyone else. God, that was stupid sending them out there. If we lost
Why do
all
you
of
say
them...
that?
Well, if we lost all of them, we'd be down to like 30 strong. We couldn't hold this fort against any attack. We could barely hold a fort with 40. Reducing our numbers like this is just... It's insane.
What do you think the what is he, garrison captain?
The colonel?
The guy that we colonel? Okay, the colonel. Why do you think the colonel is so paranoid?
Um,
My fellow party members did.
roll a persuasion check.
Oh.
That's actually pretty good. He kind of like looks at you for a second, and then he kind of like takes you aside. The colonel's a noble, and I think he realizes that losing this many men isn't going to look too good for him. So I think he's reaching for someone else to blame, personally. You know, shit always comes downhill, right?
Sounds about right for the little guy. I guess while we're aside, have you heard any news of the general I came in with?
General Leiden, right?
Yeah.
We haven't heard news since he left. I heard he was going out towards Calum.
Hmm.
That was interesting.
What was the snapping thing?
The echo. It's cool.
I think Brandon did it, judging by the look on his face.
Nice
I'm
find.
pretty sure Brandon did it.
Nah, he's just reliving how wonderful it was to kill orc children.
And women.
Oh, I mean, naturally.
Orkesh is still very pissed off about that.
Is that why he's not helping?
He is helping.
It's just
He's
helping other
helping
people.
Yeah. Whatever.
Bitch!
Asshole.
Um,
Not important to you. What about our fiery tree babies?
Ash?
Yeah.
Or charcoal?
But say, in his opinion, you just killed children. That is something evil.
She had her reasons.
They were
Oh, we
evil
all had our
children.
reasons.
So anyways, Perrin, back to you.
anything else you want to talk to him about? Well, thank you for your time, guard. I guess I need to talk to the colonel directly.
He kind of chuckles. Good luck. Yeah, he'll need it if you want to change his mind or anything. And then he kind of wanders away towards the kitchen.
I guess I'll go towards the brig then. Tell them first.
Okay. You make your way down, and one of the guards, like, you know, is in the room watching you the whole time, but go ahead.
That's fun. I guess I'll address Han since he's probably the one that wants to know the most.
I guess I notice him come in, so I stand up and make my way over towards the door. So
All
he
of you
doesn't have to
notice
shout
except-
at me.
Yeah. All of you notice except for Veltari, who is staring at the chest intently.
Johan, it would appear that the scouting party they sent to the temple hasn't come back yet. I'm not sure if that is cause for concern or what.
They'll make their way back eventually.
One of the guards seemed kind of paranoid about sending that party out.
Why's that? We've neutralized every threat in the area.
He seemed weary of having so few soldiers now in the fort.
That is a danger, yes. We can only hope for their speedy return.
So you
When they
think
get back,
we should be patient in this matter?
of course, we've done nothing wrong. They'll return, absolve us of our crimes. We'll make our way back to Skirth. I will fulfill my promise with the Master Scout, and they will get the reinforcements they desire.
What would you like to do in the off chance that the scouting party doesn't come back?
I suppose at that time, I'll seek an
might-
audience with the Colonel.
Fair enough. Is there, looking at the guard, anything I can do for you guys while you're in there?
If you could
Can
do,
you check on Bobbert?
You don't have Bobbert with you? As I look at Volturi inquisitively.
They put him in the chest. They took everything off of me, including him, and they put him in the chest.
I look back at the guard. As you can see, my companion is very distraught over her companion. May we look for her little furry friend?
He gets up from his chair and kind of like knocks on the door. The door opens and he reaches out and grabs some keys. Walks over to the chest and opens it. And then just kind of like backs away while watching you.
Okay. And then, would I even know what the pouch looks like?
It doesn't matter.
not.
You walk over to the chest and you look in and there is a pouch that is just like
Okay. I guess I'll open up the pouch and
a small wood mouse leaps out from the pouch and begins running up your arm.
I'll look at Voltari and hold my arm out to her. Look, Bobbert seems okay.
Well, at least he's safe. I was worried they had squished him.
He seems fine. I'll turn to the guard. If you would like to keep this one quiet, it would make more sense to give Bobbert to her for the time being.
He nods
She's
and
made us.
kind of, yeah. He nods like, I don't really care, and like motions for you to do that as he kind of closes and locks the chest up again.
Sure, I'll just hold my arm through the cell.
Okay. Bobbert skitters
Barks.
out. Yeah.
She just picks him up and holds him close and worries over him.
Good.
Then I guess I'll turn back to Johann. Have you guys been fed?
Yeah, they fed you at dawn.
Okay. Yes. They provide us a meal.
I suppose I will return back to my temporary duties then.
All right. Please come back if you have any further news. We're
Certainly.
not going anywhere.
You can hear the
Certainly hope
guard
not.
chuckle.
All right. So, as he makes his way out, I return back to my spot and sit down and begin meditating again.
All right.
And as he leaves, Vel shouts after him, "Thank you, Perrin!"
Did I hear that?
Yeah. Okay, I keep walking. Fuck it.
I wasn't sure.
Okay.
You're
I'm
in there
okay.
and I'm out here.
I now go to the galley and give them some of my rations because I'm expecting they need it at this point.
Okay. They gladly take it and they offer you some silver for it.
I know, don't need the silver. The sport needs it more than I do.
They kind of nod solemnly and thank you for your donation. For your charity, good paladin.
And now I go to see if I can get an audience with the person who... Is it the captain or...
The colonel?
The colonel, yeah. I go see if I can get an audience with the colonel, see if there's anything he needs done around this place specifically.
Okay. Yeah, you go and you're made to wait for a few minutes. He's obviously busy with something. And then you're led into the room. This time he's sitting in the chair facing you. There's still the two guards that are kind of consistently there for his protection. Yes, you're the paladin Serkesh, right?
Yes, I was wondering if you had anything specific you need done around this place.
Well, we're quite understaffed, so if you could help with the watch, or if you're a craftsman, any repairs would be great. Other than that, The most important thing to me is information, especially about your, well, the odd company you find yourselves in.
I usually don't mind who I find myself with, as long as they don't do many crimes. I won't usually go against them.
Oh, crimes against the Empire, or do you hold to your own principles?
I hold to the basic principles of a paladin: no murder, stealing, usually the bad things that most empires would frown upon either way.
Fair enough. But yes, if you could help with any of the watches, or if you can repair anything, that would be good. Otherwise, I think we're done here, unless you have more information on any of your compatriots.
Well, not really. I've known them for a very short time, so gaining information hasn't been very forthcoming.
Yes, I understand.
I'm going to go back to the infirmary until nightfall comes so I can help people as much as I can.
Very good. You're dismissed.
Walks out all grumpily.
Good. Perrin, you kind of see Sarkesh grumpily looking down and muttering to himself. Fucking...
Lots of racist slurs.
Goddamn mother...
Seems about right.
Heads off towards the infirmary.
The best person to let into an infirmary. The one who's agitated and cursing.
Under his breath, he's keeping it in a bit.
Once he gets there, he'll just start praying, as he always does.
I'm gonna kill everyone. Couldn't stop me if they tried.
Fucking murder everyone. Goddamn.
No,
hate
he
this
wouldn't pray that.
Not gonna
empire.
lie, I
That's
get
not the prayer,
nervous
that's the
every
mutterings
time
as
you
you
talk
walk
about
into the
it.
infirmary.
That's why he kept it very simple.
Smother people in their sleep, like that guy.
Like that guy, or the colonel, or that guy. Mainly that guy.
Probably deserves it.
What are you looking at,
Yeah,
Stumpy?
I
Think you're
just
smart.
help the wounded until nightfall.
Okay. Good. They every few hours, when you lay on hands, it seems that it really does help them, and their wounds are now kind of beginning to mend. Those that are still missing limbs, they're still gone, but they don't seem to be gaining any infection or any bad repercussions from it. And those that have lost eyes, they're doing a lot better now that you're there helping. The day goes by, and there's no word from the scouts. Johan, Vel, and Hal, go ahead and roll perception checks.
Where's perception again?
Perception.
It should be just to the right of
On that
wisdom, I
list.
think. Yeah, just to the right of wisdom. It's also not alphabetical. No, it's not. Never mind. I lied. Shut up.
There you go.
Alright, so... Hal, you hear something kind of odd. Since you're the one that's nearest the sunlight all the time, you're kind of as high up with your head in the sun as possible to get as many nutrients from it as you can during the day. You hear faintly on the breeze a very low melodic sound that just comes and goes every once in a while. That's quite beautiful, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is.
Does it move and sway with the nature around it?
It's blue guy back!
Am I gonna accidentally an accent?
That was my favorite thing. I can make Zach do accents.
Okay, so I hear this.
Yeah, you hear this.
Would I know what it is? No, you
No.
said I could pinpoint what it was.
You can't quite tell what it is. It's a very nice, pleasant thing that's just on the wind every once in a while that brightens up kind of the dreariness of being stuck in a cage underground as a tree.
Mendoza.
Okay. I don't know what to do with this.
No, it's just something for you. It's a little flavor.
They're just gonna notice her smiling a little bit.
The night comes. The scouting party doesn't come back. The next dawn comes. Scouting party hasn't come back yet.
Okay, I go to Perrin and ask him what happened to the scouting party we watched leave. Have you heard any word from the guards or anything?
I know about as much as you do. They left and have not come back.
It's been about 3 days since they've left, so this can't be a good thing.
Has it been 3 or is it only 2?
This is the third day.
Yep.
Okay. Because they left at noon on the first day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm just talking early.
No, that's fine. I thought maybe I'd missed something.
Should we ask the captain or the colonel?
I've been told that you need to be very careful around that man from one of the guards.
Is there any head scouts still alive?
You would have to ask one of the guards.
Yeah, I'm not good with people. That will be your specialty.
You fucking elf.
And that is exactly what he says. And then apologizes because he realizes what he said afterwards.
Oh shit, I'm sorry, you pointy-eared bastard. I didn't mean that.
I wish you had higher charisma.
See? Now you see why.
Well, my charisma is 11, so it's not like it's that much better.
Mine's at a 5.
Yeah, it's not a negative modifier, which is all we care about at the moment.
Wow. Alright.
It makes just a nice little shine in everyone's day.
Good. I'll ask around to the guards and see if they know much, and if I'll check in with Johan first to see if another day is enough for him to perhaps seek audience with the colonel.
Okay. You head down to the brig, and instead of getting up this time, Perrin just kind of, or not Perrin, Johan just kind of like sits there in deep meditation.
Right. I guess I'll look to the guard that's in the cell, or in the room here. May I have a moment of your time?
What do you need, Sir Elf? What
have
kind of
you-
elf are you again?
What elf?
Lakir, okay. Or Shashir.
Sure. I'll turn to the elf. What have you... The elf guard. What have you heard of the scout party? It appear another whole day has passed and they seem to have not returned.
I've heard nothing. I've just been here and then I go back to the barracks. No one's heard anything so far as I've known. Would have expected them to be back by now.
Do you think it's cause for concern then?
Could be. I mean, they weren't exactly veterans, if you know what I mean.
Has our conversation roused Johan out his meditation yet?
Yeah, at this, Johan kind of wakes up.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah, no, because you were gone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was talking to a guard and your guys' I guess chamber.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So,
That's fine.
Perrin, sorry, I didn't realize you'd entered.
No worries. You looked deep in thought anyway. Sarkesh
Okay.
seems to be getting worried about the scouting party not having come back, and this guard, I point to him, much like the other guards, don't seem to know anything about what happened to the scouting party so far. As it's been now almost two entire days that they've been gone.
True, it should only be about a 12-hour round trip, leaving time for investigation. Would you mind looking into something for me? See
Within
if
reason, sure.
see if you can locate around the fort any information about my friend Juno Durant, or perhaps a scout. Wait, he met Zixus, right? Yeah, that was during the
Yeah,
first session.
he
So
was
yeah,
there with Zixus.
yeah. Or see if you can find the location of Zixus. I want to know if perhaps Zixus was among the fallen, or if he went with the scouting party. And I trust Juno for information if he's still with us.
Okay. Guess I'll turn to the guard. Do either of those names sound familiar to you?
I know them, but I mostly stay in the garrison, and they work out in the field.
Who would I talk to maybe find one of these two fellows? If they were still around or didn't die in the siege.
You can look either in the infirmary, or I'm sure the guard captain would know.
We'll do that.
He nods and then sits
guess-
back down.
As he sits back, Malaysia wanders over to the door cage thing, whatever, and looks at the guard and asks if there would be any way for her to get her flute, her pan flute that she has, to pass the time.
Do you have one, or don't you just know how to play one?
Let me look at my inventory real quick.
Because I think you just know how to play it. I don't think you actually.
Yeah,
have
you're
one.
right. You're right. Never mind. Sorry.
I mean, you could make one by cutting off like your arm.
It would regrow.
Pretty sure that would. Pretty sure no.
You know.
No.
He goes. He opens up the chest and he looks, and there's no pan flute.
Thank you for looking. I'm sorry. I was mistaken. And she wanders back over to the sunlight.
Perhaps my deck of cards?
Pulls out a deck of cards and sets it down on the well, actually pulls out the deck of cards, opens the deck of cards, goes through all of the cards, then puts them back and then hands them over to you.
Right. Care for a game of two, either of you?
I'll play.
You're more than welcome to join as well, soldier, if you please.
He pulls his chair closer to you guys.
Alright. I don't know what we're playing, but a game.
We're playing
Totally.
Go Fish.
Yeah.
Our
Best
chair.
gambling game ever.
people before teach me.
All right, Perrin, what are you up to now? As they all sit down for a rousing game of Go Fish.
I thought he had already left.
I guess I'll check in with the guard captain first.
Okay. The guard captain informs you that Zixus died in the raid, and that Juno Durant is on the scouting party.
That sucks.
I guess he wasn't that stealthy after all.
He was also injured.
Yeah, I know. I just remember he was like, You probably can't keep up with me. With my gaping stomach wound.
I guess since this guy's probably a little higher up the chain, have you heard any news of the scouting party?
Not since they've left. They've made no signals or checked in. It's unfortunate we can't get a party to go and find out what happened, but we can't afford to send any more men out there.
Hmm. The only available people are pretty much myself and the fellows in the brig, huh?
Yes, you're all that's expendable.
While
I'm in the infirmary tending to the people that are hurt, I'm expendable. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, since you're not regulars here or in the military,
I've been following him around this whole time.
is there anything else you need to know?
Who would we talk to get them out so we can check on the scouting party?
Only the colonel. It's his order. He's the
Well,
only one who
guess
can
it's
rescind
time
it.
to go talk to the colonel again.
I guess before I do that, I want to go back and talk to Johan then. Tell him that news.
Okay. You go back, get into Johan's cell, or go into the brig.
I've fortunate news for you, Johan. It would appear that Zixus is dead. He died in the siege, and Durant would appear to be part of the scouting party.
Well, there goes those options.
And unfortunately, the guard captain says that they have not enough numbers to send another party out, so unfortunately, it looks like I might have to talk to the colonel.
That would be most unfortunate. He doesn't seem very trusting of us. Oh well, be that as it may. I suppose that's our only option at this point in time. That or wait.
Trading doesn't seem to be doing too well for the tree.
Guess
What
I'll,
doesn't seem to be doing so well for the tree?
Waiting. She
Oh.
can't sleep while she's down here.
Got it.
so I guess I'll turn to the guard. Guard, may you send word to see if we could have an audience with the colonel?
He nods, and one of the guards leaves. That reminds me, Halasia, since you haven't been able to sleep, you currently have a level of exhaustion
Okay.
to keep in mind.
What does that do?
You are at disadvantage for any ability check you take
Oh,
until you
boy.
sleep, until you have a long rest.
Okay.
After a few minutes, the guard comes back and says, yes, the colonel will see you if you'd wish.
Alright, let's go.
Two of you turn and you leave to go visit the colonel. He's again sitting in his big chair behind his oak desk, and he looks at you as you come in. Oh, you've brought the Shashir. Well, what can I do for you, Paladin?
I'd like to know if we can go and see... Where did you... Sorry, stumbling over words. The scouting party that went out 2 days ago has not returned back. I'm beginning to worry about their safety.
As am I.
If it would be alright with you, I would like to get a small group together to go out and find them.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, good God.
No.
This will be fun.
Oh no.
And before he rolls a 20.
The racism gets into it. Oh,
Oh,
wait,
wait,
that's
okay.
not bad enough for my racism to hurt.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
That was
He
actually quite impressive.
he looks at you and he's just like, really?
Si, senor.
Well, do you want to get involved, short friend?
Isn't Perrin like 6'1"?
Still shorter than me.
Yeah, he's still shorter than.
I know,
And
but everyone
Shikash.
is.
Yeah.
Actually don't know how tall my guy is.
It's
He's, like,
irrelevant.
tall.
Is there anything
He's
you want to do?
6'8".
Is there anything
Yeah.
you want to do, buddy?
Since he seems to balk at that idea, Colonel, what are your plans should the scouting party not return?
Well, I just hope they return. And as if on cue, slamming knocks come upon the door, and the door opens, and a man barges in, carrying over his shoulder another very wounded man. Colonel, this man's from the scouting party that went up to the Split Peaks. And the colonel like perks up and looks. Well, what happened? There was a wind, a gale. It's impenetrable. It kept us
Let him
out.
down. I'll heal him.
Okay. He kind of like lays him down, and the colonel is like standing over, watching.
I use all 5 points of my lay on hands on him to at least mend him to where he can speak without hurting.
You clutch your holy symbol, and white radiant light shimmers over the man's chest, and you can see the bruises retracting, and you can hear the cracks of some of the broken ribs as they're setting themselves and beginning to heal. And he takes in a deep... Sir, there was a gale. A wind unlike anything, an unnatural wind at the top of the mountain. We tried for hours, days. We couldn't get through. We lost Marcus, sir, and the others, they might not make it back. I barely crawled my way back. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. Smoke pouring from the top of the mountain, and wind that could cut through a man. And he just kind of falls silent.
I need to get him to the infirmary.
The colonel just kind of nods and motions for you to do that.
I pick him up and take him to get some better attention than I can give.
Well, Shashir, anything that you wish to add to that man's report?
Gales. It sounds as if they weren't able to get into the temple itself. The first time we went, did encounter a very unusual phenomena. Strong winds pour from every entrance of the temple, which might have been what he was describing.
How were you able to counteract them and get into the temple?
Actually, out of character, I think my guy just kind of brute forced his way into there. He didn't know about the other thing.
Yep.
Okay, in character. I'm not 100% sure how I managed it the first time. I simply used my shield and slowly tried to advance that way.
Well, thank you, Shashir. please go ahead and bring news that the scouting party has returned, and that we will be discussing all of this tomorrow with your group. I'll send for Sarkesh as well.
So I nod and walk out of the room.
Okay. One of the guards, follows you out, as is normally the case.
Once,
I guess straight to the break.
Okay. Sarkesh, what are you doing?
Once the man is comfortable in the infirmary, I'm going to go up to the watching areas and watch for the other men to come in
Okay.
if they make it.
Perrin, you go down to the brig and make your way over to Johan. You can hear the two guards kind of talking to themselves, or whispering amongst themselves as you make your approach.
Could we hear the commotion through the hole?
Yeah, you would have heard that something had happened.
Okay. Perrin, what news do you bring?
Actually, before that, can I make out what they're saying? Or no?
Roll a perception check.
That one.
Yeah, you
Damn.
entirely hear the conversation. One of the guard that came with you says, the colonel wants this one imprisoned as well. They'll be held for trial tomorrow.
That's lovely.
And then after that, like shortly after that, you hear the door open and then close.
Mhm. That's fun. So I'm in the jail cell now?
No, they haven't done it yet. You just overheard this.
It's fun. I guess I'll turn to Johan. Scouting party came back, but it sounded like they weren't able to get into the temple like we were.
That's odd. When we left last time, the wind had stopped.
Sounded like the wind was back, and it sounded as if the gales from the temple were cutting into flesh.
They weren't that strong last time. Sure, they flung us a great distance, but no cuts. Even within the temple, when we encountered the wind creature, it was enough to knock Sarkesh off of a pillar, but not enough to cut anyone.
Very unusual. Well, based on what I just heard from that conversation, it sounds as if we are going to stand trial tomorrow, and I'm going to be locked up as well. And couple that with what I got out of a guard the other day, the colonel himself would appear to be a noble-born, and is looking to blame us, I think, for these incidents.
And as you say all that, a large gauntleted hand comes down upon your shoulder. Shashira, I'm afraid I'm going to need your weapons.
For the time being, Perrin, I recommend you do as he says. If what you say is true, then we will be absolved of our crimes tomorrow when they realize that we're innocent.
God damn, Zach, if you didn't have inspiration, I'd give you another inspiration.
Yes, technically I'm lawful good, so I wouldn't have to obey that one. Alright. I will do as you say.
He disarms you and then puts you in the cell and then closes the door. I'm told that your friend will be joining us soon. And Sarkesh, a few minutes later, two guards come over to you and they ask, Sir Paladin, I'm afraid that the Colonel believes that you should all be kept together tonight. I'm told that you will be questioned at a tribunal tomorrow. Please come with us.
More racism, yay. That's all he says, and he goes with them.
Okay.
What?
They disarm you, obviously, and put you in the same cell with them.
I ask for my amulet so I can continue praying for those that have been lost.
They leave your holy symbol.
Yay.
Yay. Everyone go ahead and make a perception test.
Hmm.
I noticed nothing. I'm
Kesh
so intent on praying.
notices all of the not things.
Notice everything.
Wow.
Maybe that'll make up for all of my ones.
All of the fucking ones!
Roll 20 won't let you make up for that.
No, it doesn't matter. This was one of Richard's joke things where he's like, roll perception? Yeah, nothing happened.
Yeah, it's all good.
If anything
let's
had
see.
happened, you would have noticed it.
Hal, you again notice on the wind a very pleasant melody that comes through every once in a while. Johann, you on the other hand, notice that this beautiful flute music sways with the gusts of wind, and you sigh inwardly as it's louder than the days previous. And you just kind of muse for a while. It's a very beautiful tune.
Counter song!
What's counter song?
It's a
Don't worry about it.
D&D bard
Oh,
spell.
okay.
It's very obviously a thing that I cannot do.
Yes, that is the joke. So, is there anything you guys want to do for the rest of the day?
I'm on a jail cell, so
Work out and get
I-
prison ripped?
I'm
Sure.
going to
No.
meditate and find my inner calm, just in case.
Going to continue to stay in the sunlight
Okay.
and
I
listen to
sit
the
on a-
music.
I sit on a cot grumbling.
Okay.
I don't think we
You know,
have
cot?
that, do we?
There's a bench.
Yeah.
You sit on a bench grumbling.
I'll sit on the bench and grumble. All you hear from me every so often is racist slurs and cuss words.
Racist to who? You're in the cell with most of the
Everyone.
races.
All the races. Fuck you all.
Knife ears, freaking everything. You're hearing everything. I don't have anything racist for you yet.
But I'll
Fuck
get
tree!
Goddamn tree could have been better as firewood.
Ooh!
That's only if he ever thinks of it.
So
Right
is
now,
anyone
grumbling
is anyone else
toward-
doing
toward
anything in particular, or just
no.
hanging out?
I'm listening to the music
I'm finding myself.
after I'm done
Yeah.
grumbling.
and
Meditating, I
trying not
guess.
to fall asleep.
Okay. The music goes on for a while. Actually, seems like it's been hours since you started listening to it. And eventually, all of you, as night falls, become very tired. Even you, Hal.
Is that a
Sleep time.
fly or
That's what a fly.
behind Brooke? There was something big and black on the wall.
Hot.
Oh no, that was a moth.
Okay.
Anyone who wishes to resist this, go ahead and roll a wisdom save.
Is it?
Uh,
You just click wisdom.
Yep.
Are they all
I'm
supposed
asleep.
to be checked
What do you mean?
for your saving throws? Are they all supposed to be checked?
No, there should only be 2 checked.
That's what I thought.
Oh.
How do I
Okay,
figure
I
out which
didn't
ones are
realize
supposed to be?
that.
Because all of mine are checked for some reason.
Hold on.
My ass is asleep.
I'm not. I thought I rolled what you rolled.
Grumbling racist slurs and asleep.
There.
Okay, so strength. Oh, strength and
Strength
dex.
and dex. I just, yeah. If that ever happens, switch your class and then switch it back, and it'll fix it.
Okay. All right. So you said wisdom.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have to declare inspiration beforehand or no?
Yes. There's bardic inspiration, which you don't, but for this inspiration you do. I believe. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure you do.
Okay. Is that... I guess it's not marked anywhere on here. So I'll
You just get
remember that mine is-
advantage.
No. I meant, like, is it marked anywhere on here where I can, like, take it off so I know?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
says
have it?
inspiration at the top of your sheet, and you click on it.
Oh, I see it.
There's like a little dragon
Oh,
symbol.
I see. The dragon is... Okay.
If
I
you
thought
have
the
it, there's a
was just
dragon
there as a
symbol.
design.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use it. So,
Okay.
no more dragon. That was worth it.
It's totally worth it. It doesn't specifically say that you have to do it before a roll, but because of the way Roll20 works, I'm going to say you do. Because it just says if you have inspiration, you can expend it when you make an attack roll, saving throw, or an ability check. It doesn't specifically say that you have to declare it first, but it also doesn't say that you can declare it later. So we'll just say, keep it consistent. You have to declare it when you're using it.
Okay.
All right, so that is an automatic pass and 3 fails. All right, super great.
What about the 5th one?
What? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Wait,
There are 5 of us.
Yeah.
So 1 pass
Yeah.
and 3 fails.
1 pass and 4 fails.
Okay.
Wait.
So, Hal, your being a tree makes it impossible for you to actually fall asleep. Though it makes you very, very weary. You manage to keep yourself conscious as this fairly thin, tall man in armor, leather armor, walks into the room. You hear a thud, and then you hear the scraping of a chair as he sets the chair down, sits in it, and begins to play his flute. Very calmingly. A nice, soft melody.
Okay, so what are the others? Are they asleep?
They're all passed out. Like, they kind of just slowly leaned against walls and then slunk down and completely fell asleep.
And I'm just barely conscious?
Mm-hmm. You're slowly waking up, but it's been very hard on you to stay awake and
Awake.
conscious.
Okay, well, I'm going
Um,
to look around at the others and then looking at the man, I'm going to ask him what's going on.
Roger, you were gonna ask something?
is this magic? For clarification, that's putting me to sleep.
It is magic.
It is magic. Okay. Being an elf, I have Fey ancestry. Magic can't put you to sleep.
Oh, then you're also awake.
Woo! I'm not alone.
You also kind of like slumped down, and you could feel yourself, and then your ancestry just kind of like, you can feel your ancestors inside of you just being like, no, and you pop back into sober consciousness. And you also see the flautist sit down and begin his small concert as Halasia asks him what's going on, and he just kind of ignores her and continues playing a very beautiful slow song. He plays for a few more minutes and then slowly pulls his flute down and taps it before setting it into a very ornate and beautiful case and then slipping it into his pouch. Well, you two are a bit, well, I guess you're wise, aren't you? Would you mind waking your friends, especially that one? And he points over at Veltari.
Character, why is he Irish?
I don't know what
Oh, he's
Ireland
worse
is, but
than
I know
that.
this is wrong.
I'll look at him. What do you want with her?
Oh, I just want to talk. What do you want with her?
So much worse than just Irish.
Just curious. No, we can't. You're
I reach over and nudge Circash to try and wake him.
Oi, I said that one, not that one. I don't give a fuck
You
about
said
him.
no.
All friends.
Especially that one. And I point to Veltari.
Yes, that meant first. Don't you understand the language you speak?
well, I guess I'll go over to Voltari and kind of poke her until she wakes up.
Alright. Val, you slowly come back to consciousness. First looking at Perrin above you, and then turning and seeing Pilferth just kind of sitting on a chair, smiling as you wake up.
Since she's waking up, I'll go over and start doing the same thing to Johan.
Johan, you have a very similar experience, except he's not paying any attention to you at all.
I'm continuing to try and wake Sarkash.
So am I awake at this point?
Sarkesh, you are beginning to wake up too.
Stop
Pilfer?
poking me, tree.
Get up.
To what do we owe the pleasure?
He's just completely disregarding anything you say to him, as is
I knew.
his right.
Yep.
And he looks over at Vel. Oh, hey there, my little Eva Faye. I heard you and your foolish friend found yourselves afoul of the armed forces. Would you like a hand?
Oh, we've been in this cage for a while. It would certainly be appreciated.
Okay. Well, you see, these poor boys that they've been sent to guard you, they were a mite tired. Silly lads. I'll have you out of there in a jiffy. And he walks over to one of the guards and just kind of like pushes him against the wall and pulls a keychain out and goes and, holding it very delicately, unlocks the cell door and then throws the keys away, wiping his hands.
I can't process right now. I'm just too happy.
Very inquisitively, I'll look and go, what is going on in this situation?
Well, it appears
Who are
I'm break.
you?
Well, it appears, and he pushes the cell door and it opens very agonizingly slowly. It appears I'm breaking you out, but none of you seem to want to leave, which is a bit confusing.
I'd love to leave. I'd love to get some sleep, but I want to know what's going on and why.
I'd rather leave than deal with this rich stuck-up brat that thinks he can throw us under the freaking chariot.
Did not make any sense.
Malone,
I'm sorry, I'm still tired.
Anyways, my name is Pilferth, my Shashir friend, and he puts his hand forward.
Shake it very slowly.
He grabs it, and it's actually a very odd feeling when you grasp his hand. It's warm.
Hey,
Well, are we leaving or not?
Yeah, we're leaving.
I
Let's
turn to the
go.
group. Pilferth is a spoony bastard, but you're probably safer with him than you are in here.
then you know him?
Aye, I'm the
We've
spoony
met
one.
once.
We've met.
I am the spoony one. Adorable.
Alright, I'll follow him. Get my gear and leave.
Yeah, time to raid that chest.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Still
resume my
talking.
meditative pose.
Oh my god, you shit.
I'm not waiting on him.
They're
Hell
gonna
no.
execute you, you know that, right?
They just need a scapegoat.
Then that is what I'll be.
Why?
Okay. No. He's not going to. Sarkesh, you're gonna do me a favor. You're going to pick him up, throw him over your shoulder, and we're getting the hell out of here.
Please.
Okay, everyone help me knock him out.
You fuckers are the worst at everything.
I could always attempt a fate charm.
You can always walk out with us without us having to knock your ass out.
God, it's almost like that's not what my character would do.
It's weird. It's like that's out of character for me.
It's exactly why we're going to knock you out and haul you out on our own.
After this,
Hey,
after,
Brittany,
well,
remember
after
in
hearing-
Code Geass when they broke Suzaku out? Just throwing that out there.
After Veltari says this, you just like the biggest Cheshire cat-like smile just crosses Pilfer's face.
Oh boy.
He's so happy.
Oh God.
I'm just happy that I have a group of unarmed people going up against a monk.
Yeah.
In all
I have to
fairness,
defend myself.
I
all
open the
fairness,
box, pull out
my
my
club is
shield.
my arm.
I open the box, pull out my shield, and say,
While
"This
he's out
is
of the
one
room,
of
I
my
close the door and
weapons."
lock it.
You don't have the keys.
Yeah, you don't have the key. You close the door though.
Okay.
Pilfer just kind of like, cocks his head and watches as all this unfolds.
Hey, Pilford, can you help out a little bit? I want to
What do
get
you
him
need?
out of here quickly.
Well, then get
I
him
want to
out.
get that.
Aren't you able? He's a wee man.
Yeah, he did kill children, so I can hurt him a little bit. Okay, I kick the door open in his face.
Okay,
It swings outwards.
it's true. No,
Oh.
actually,
And I pull up.
no, it's swing
There's a
inwards.
prison door that goes both ways.
Yeah, it's a prison door that goes inward.
So kick. And
If it goes
prepare my
inwards, why
shield
would
for
I stand-
any martial
Why would I
arts
stand there
attacks.
like this, waiting for it to come back in my face?
Okay, then I'll push the door
Okay,
open and get
look,
ready for
it's
any martial arts
this is really
attacks.
simple.
Either
All right,
way.
this is really simple. Both of you roll initiative.
Okay.
Yay!
Oh God.
Don't die.
Player fight.
God, I am so amazing at initiative.
All right, roll strength, Sarkash.
Oh, his strength is definitely up. Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, that
You
blows.
Do I even have
kick.
to roll?
No, you kick and you slam your foot painfully into the bars next to the door, and Pilferth looks over at you.
God.
I guess maybe you do need some help, boy.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. That hurt a bit.
Well, if he didn't kick the door open, then I'm going to continue standing there.
Yeah, just
I guess
you
not in
just,
the path of the door.
Yeah.
I push the door open now.
Door's open now. Go.
And I'm going to prepare for any attacks coming from him. And just walk in, shield up.
Dark Souls in it.
Just loading my stuff back up, making sure everything where it goes while I watch this unfold.
Pilferth does
I'd do
Pilferth does the same.
But very slowly, as I'm still not sure what's going on in this particular situation.
I want to shield bash him, hopefully knocking him out.
Can I try and fate harm him?
Okay. You start with the shield bash. Roll strength.
Damn it.
Well, it's not a
Oh,
save.
it's, Oh.
But you
It's still
still
a
you
4.
still would have missed him. So yeah, you kind of like lurch forward, and it doesn't do anything. Johan, go ahead and make I believe it's a wisdom saving throw, right?
Oh, she doesn't have to
Right.
roll anything?
No, I don't,
It's
I
as
don't
long
have
as
to roll anything for it.
you can see her, you have to take a saving throw.
Okay.
Let me see.
It's a
Oh.
12, right?
Yep, it's 12.
Johan is successfully charmed.
Yes!
Okay.
Johan, would you please kindly follow us?
The please seems redundant.
I know. Well, I can't.
He says
can
as
order
he
you,
as he
but-
begins walking out.
I put the rest of my shit on and just start walking out with everyone.
Alright, so am I being forced to leave without my stuff?
No.
Sarkash, would you gather his stuff for him, please?
Everything in a backpack and being put on my shoulder.
Thank you.
You all start walking out, and Pilferth's just walking behind the whole group, pretty much. You're an odd bunch, aren't you?
Yes, yes we are.
Do you often
I think
bewitch your
that's pretty obvious
friends?
just looking.
Not often,
a
but
little.
it is quite fun.
Oh, I could see how it would be. Well, I suppose we should probably leave then. And he guides you out of the central area of the fort. Everybody in the entirety of the fort is just passed out where they stand. Just laying on the ground, snoring loudly.
Because I look at him and go, more of your work, I see.
I'm a marvelous flautist. You should hear. Oh, right, you're the wise one. How'd you like my playing? Was it good for you? It was good for me. I like it.
Kind of chuckle. Interesting one you are.
I like to think so. It's good to be interesting. It beats being boring. And he looks over at Johan. Johan, how do you react to that?
I'm charmed.
You're only charmed
You
to
can
her.
still have emotion.
You have emotion.
You're only charmed to me.
Yeah, you have emotion to
you won't
everything
hurt me.
except for Hal. Hal, you're like,
Oh,
I will
got it.
do what you
I
want.
literally, I have to do what she.
Yeah.
Okay.
To her, you're her best friend right now. Everyone else is normal to you.
Got it. I assumed I was basically being like mind controlled, which I guess I am, but
Yeah, it's
I didn't
just
realize
very
it was-
more. It's much more narrow.
yeah, I didn't realize it was literally single target mind control.
Hmm.
So being boring has its uses.
All right. Well, shall we go north or south?
Before we do that,
I vote north.
I'll turn to Johan. If we're escaping, they're going to want to come after us. The
Which means
noble is going to
freedom.
want to blame someone.
I made a promise to the Master Scout that I would return to Skirth and send them reinforcements.
But with us escaping, that may not be for the best. You'll probably be killed on sight.
All of us probably will be.
How can I respond to her on that one? Because I know how I would respond if literally anyone else had said that, but
Like I said, you're her best friend right now. You can raise objections, but you're not gonna like outright be a dick or disagree massively or something.
okay, then, yeah. Best idea or not, it's a promise I made and I plan to keep it.
Would you have an idea of how we could send reinforcements without getting you killed in the process, or any of us for that matter?
I wouldn't worry about it too much.
They're getting
Could
us
we
killed or they're
send a
sending the
letter?
reinforcements?
Both, probably. I mean, he doesn't seem that competent.
The Colonel? Kuntz?
The Colonel. Kuntz.
I would be up for sending a letter.
No. Colonel Kuntz is clearly incompetent and needs to be replaced, which is why it's so important that I make it to Skirth.
While they're asleep, can one of us write a letter and send it with his seal?
How are you gonna send it?
Carrier
Put a seal on it and be
pigeon.
like, hey, I understand that you guys are short on
The-
staff and you can't send anyone anywhere, and there's this random letter with his seal on it. Just send it. Don't worry about it.
No,
Yeah,
Don't
no.
even read it.
I'm thinking very
Yeah, if we
openly
can find
right
a
now.
pigeon of some sort, I can convince them to send it.
I'm trying to think very openly right now. If we take a letter with his seal on it, we won't be immediately attacked or imprisoned when we get to Skirth.
Well, if we beat whoever they sent, they don't have enough people for a... Wait, this is in character, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They don't have enough people for a runner. We could easily beat them to Skirth, even if we didn't double time it there.
Good.
They wouldn't have time to send word. No one in Skirth would know.
True.
I'm going to turn to our magical friend and ask him how long he thinks he could keep these people here asleep.
Well, I wasn't planning on it, but I could do it for as long as you need. I mean, as long as you need. And he looks over at Veltari.
Turning to Veltari, I ask her if she would be willing to help with this. And stop.
Of course I'm gonna help with it. Why
All
wouldn't I?
He goes and he kind of just sits down in the center of the camp, and he pulls out a very ornate wooden box and opens it and pulls out his flute, and he begins playing again. Everyone except for Halasia and Perrin, go ahead and roll wisdom.
Oh shit!
God damn it. I'm good this time.
Why doesn't Halasia have to roll it?
Because she got a 20.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it carries over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nat 1.
Oh.
Y'all just... The second his lips touch the ring, he just slams face first into the ground.
Oh, if he wasn't playing his flute, he'd be laughing right now.
You can hear the chuckle as some notes come out just slightly sharper than normal.
All of us
Okay.
are sitting there around him laughing.
All right, so the rest of us are awake.
I guess we can leave him there for a while. Hooferth, you mind watching him?
He gets up and he moves over and sits on top of him and continues playing.
By far my favorite person.
Oh, I love this guy.
So who wants to write the letter?
I'm not good with words. I'm not doing it.
Dear Skirth, you
Wait.
fuckwits.
Yeah.
Going to look at the person. Going to look at the person with all the books. Val, I believe you might be able to write something that would be able to fool these people.
Well, I do take pride in my writing ability, but I can't necessarily guarantee that I'll pull off something that this person in particular would write.
There must be a lot of papers in his office. We can easily find something you can copy the style from.
Oh,
That
real
is true.
quick. After her charm wears off, do I remember
Yes.
being charmed by her?
Yes.
Yes.
You don't
You're
necessarily
also...
you don't necessarily remember that you were being charmed, but you understand that you were under an influence of something, and
Okay.
that it was directed towards her.
Got it.
Unless you're a spellcaster.
All right. Well, I suggest that we get that letter written and get it down to Skirth.
Let's go.
So I guess we're
Down to
making our
the-
way to whatever office or whatever.
Yeah, make your way to Colonel
office.
Kuntz's office.
Rummage through all of
Time
his
to get
shit in
started.
order to find something.
You can find a bunch of letters from the office of Colonel Robert Kuntz.
All right. Beltari, could you possibly take a look at these letters and see if you could mimic one of them or create an acceptable letter?
While she's doing that, I'm going to read the letters because I don't think any of us have figured out what his orders are.
Okay. Vel, go ahead and roll a persuasion. Actually, technically this would be a deception, but you're trying to persuade. Either way, it didn't go very well. But you write a letter.
I'll pull it up and start over.
Nope, she thinks it went well.
No,
Yeah,
no, not with Vel. She's way too proud of herself.
To her knowledge,
This is it.
yeah, to her knowledge, this looks like a good
This
letter.
is her magnum opus.
Yes.
Anyways, Sukesh, you kind
Fuckwits,
of
send soldiers.
you go over a couple
that
of
would
the
be me.
letters. Yeah, you go over a couple of the letters, and for the most part, all his orders are is just to hold the fort, protect the villages. If anything bad happens, send word to either Skirth or Kuge if there's any enemy movement or orc movement or anything of that nature. Roll an investigation check.
Aha!
You also notice that he writes very often back to his family in Kuge, and you're not quite sure why, but it just seems very weird. He'd never seemed like a very emotional or caring person from when you've talked to him. So these letters sound really odd when you read them, that he would care at all and want to know how everyone's doing and all that kind of thing. It just seems very strange to you.
While they're doing their thing, I'm going to investigate the office more, see if there's anything out of place.
Okay.
That
Roll,
would normally.
As
Roll
Veltari's
investigation.
writing her letter, wait, what?
Sarkash needs to roll another investigation. And then go ahead and tell me what you're going to do.
14.
Okay, as Veltari's writing her letter, I'm gonna go outside and see if I can find a bird or something to carry our message to Skirth.
Okay. Yeah, you can speak and find a bird.
That's what I was
That
planning
will
on.
attempt to do it for you. They don't necessarily know the way to Skirth, but they'll fly south until they find a big city.
Okay,
That would work.
that works.
You continue to kind of like look over the office, and you see ledgers full of like supply and stock reports, troop reports, all that kind of stuff, but nothing really sticks out at you as odd for someone like a commander of a fort to have.
I look over the ledgers and reports on the soldiers, see if any of them are off compared to some of the earlier ones.
Well, that's going to take you like a pretty long amount of time. Like
Damn it.
hours of reading to like
Never mind.
realistically do that.
I don't think he wants to play his flute that long.
Alright. Coming back inside with the bird, I turn to Veltari and ask her if she's finished the letter.
It was,
Alright.
he seems to write fairly short notes most of the time. This seems right. It's good. Stamp, we're fine.
Alright. I've called a bird to take this letter to South and see if they could find Earth. I informed them that it was a large city, and I feel that after we send this bird on our way, the person who, if we can maybe find a horse or something to carry our friend Johan, we should get out of here.
Well, there are pack horses.
Well, there we go. If anybody wants to help me get
Did
him
they
onto a pack
survive the
horse.
fires?
Some of them did.
Alright. If anybody wants to help me get him onto a pack horse, we can be on our way. Hopefully.
Alright, let's get started.
Okay.
Before we leave the office, I would like to look for a Bible.
Okay. Roll investigation, I guess, because you're searching for a thing. Unless there's a search, I don't think there is. You look from head to toe, and you don't find anything that's... You find like a small kind of pamphlet book of holy prayers and stuff, and that's all that you managed to find.
But
you mean to do
it's still
that?
like something like holy text on parchment kind of thing.
Well, yeah, it's been printed, obviously, but it is holy written prayers.
Cool. I'll take that because I don't need those for things.
Okay. I will desecrate this, and I will desecrate this.
Pretty much. I need it as
Yeah, I know, a component
casting
for things.
spells.
But yeah, you find a pretty small kind of like pamphlet thing, with a couple pages of holy text in it.
Right.
And then make your way out. Pilferth gets off of Johan. You guys put him onto a pack horse. And then are you taking any other pack horses or just the one to carry him?
Is there only 3?
How
There's
many is
there's
five?
5 horses.
Since there's 5 of us, let's just take horses. It's faster.
What of our magic friend? Is he going to be coming with us?
I'll go with you.
You coming with us?
I'll go with you for
Okay,
a time. I need to talk to Vel for a moment.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna go get the horses.
Okay, I'll go with you. Farron, would you mind coming with us?
Being that everyone is asleep, does anyone need any extra gear? I mean, I know that they probably don't have much in the ways of
No, I do not.
might be left, but
I could use another spear.
I did lose one of my daggers.
I walk
the
off
military.
pissed off at everyone who's saying this.
Johan, you're actually beginning
should
to
be a
wake up as this is going on.
Oh.
Okay.
Is Pilfer still sitting on him?
No, he's on.
Got off, he
he's-
specifically said, "Get off
Okay,
me."
that's
He's
right.
laying-
I forgot.
He's laying atop a horse.
Fair enough. I forgot about that.
I feel we should tie him down.
Yes.
It's-
And
tie him
gag
down.
him.
Okay, you tie him down.
oh,
As Johan
wait,
wakes
is
up.
just him waking up or everyone?
No,
waking
just
up?
him.
Okay.
Gag him properly with part of the rope.
It seems that having been thrown onto the horse probably jarred him awake.
Okay. Well, I guess in that case, since it sounded like we might want a couple of things from the armory, I'll go check. See
Alright,
what they
we're-
have.
We're getting the other horses.
I've already gone to get the other horses. I got pissed
with
at
you.
your conversation.
So, Johan, as you wake up, and you are now apparently gagged and tied to a horse.
Yes.
Pilferth does not see a reason not to talk in front of you because who cares, right? It's not like you can do shit. You're tied to a horse. Fool. Now, lass, you can't be playing so loose with your quests, missy. You're on a noble journey for knowledge, ain't you? You're gonna go find old Pilferth good stories and deep secrets. I mean, it's fair trade, yeah?
I suppose so.
I'm glad you agree. Now, you should go on and look to Calum. There's lots of delicious knowledge hidden far away in the dusty clutches of the dying Felfay. Go find it and make yourself mighty. Find some grand adventure. Your ancestors didn't consign your souls to the hells for you to waste your talents being average, did they?
Who are you?
Oh, come on, you know who I am. I'm Pilferth, from Kuma. Your friendly flautist. And he looks over at Johan, who's now very obviously waking up. And probably rolling his eyes.
Probably very hard.
Are we walking back now?
No, they're...
Yeah, we're on our way.
You guys are still off getting horses. And he goes back to you and he's like, you must be a foolish girl not using your charm talents to get out of these messes. You know, Pilferth ain't gonna be around to save you when your fool fails you forever now.
I'm gagged, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're bad influence.
With that, he turns to you. Oh, come now, boys. It's so bad what I done. It's not like I'm getting away with murder or nothing. I'm just helping us some friends out of a bind. I'm sure you'd do the same. Well, maybe not you. You're no joker. Well, Vel, it seems you know what there is to do. So, do you think you could get the tree to have a dance with old Pilferth? Or maybe you'd like to have a go.
I don't think I really know her well enough to ask her that. I mean, I could, but I'm not much of a dancer.
You know everybody well enough. You're Vel.
Ah,
Keep the gag off.
I suppose time for fleeing leaves no time for the playing. Well, shall we be on our way?
Yeah, once I get the gag back on him.
Gag didn't come off.
No,
I'm
just
double
mumbling
strapping
loudly.
it now.
So Perrin, you go and you find. Are you just looking for a spear and a dagger, or is there anything else that you want?
I guess it's more of a I don't know what's going to be inside the armory kind of thing, where if the armory burned. Is that
Well, I mean, it's
a
partially.
possibility?
Yeah, it's partially destroyed. There's swords, spears, daggers, and some leather armor. And there's some bows, like some short bows.
I guess it's a very crude trade since I don't need anything. I'll drop my hunting trap.
Okay,
'Cause I don't want that thing anymore. The thing freaking weighs
25 pounds.
It's a beaver trap.
I don't know how to...
Zombievers.
Yes.
Anyway,
Oh
I'll
my god.
figure a way to remove that from my sheet later. And then,
We're looking for beavers, ain't we all?
I'm benign.
I guess I'll take a couple of knives and she said a javelin?
Spear.
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 Oh. I don't know how my javelin fit into that chest.
It's just lying up behind the wall. Or behind it in the wall.
Oh, okay.
Let's do that.
Unless it's like Elder Scrolls chests, which hold everything, man.
Alright, so you all congregate, as you do. Perrin, you dole out all of your pilfered goods. And I guess you all off then to the north?
Yeah, but
Yep.
I'm gonna make sure to announce that I send off the bird for Johan's sake, so that he knows a message is still going down south.
Also, are we headed north or west? I thought we were going to Calum.
Well, last time I heard anything, it was we're going to the north, so...
Oh. Right,
Well-
sorry. That was specifically to one person.
That was said before we heard that Calum is a good place to go, so we're going to Calum.
Okay. Well, it's
Yeah,
irrelevant
to
either
be-
way, because you gotta go through the north pass of the mountain and then
Yeah.
head over.
So yeah, Calum's a long trek too.
So yeah, you all begin to set out, and Pilferth is just kind of walking as you guys are walking your horses on a trot, a nice little trot. Because I mean, they're pack horses. Like I'm assuming you guys loaded them up with stuff, and Johan. You don't ride pack horses when they're packed.
Yeah.
I loaded my pack up and everything I was carrying so we wouldn't be over encumbered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
So you all just kind of head out as the snow falls. I guess I'll stay with you for the rest of the day, and then I really should be making my way to Mensa.
What's in Mensa?
Dwarves. It's their city. Have you not been to Mensa?
I
Little
don't think
people.
so, no.
You should go. It's very fun. Why haven't you gone?
Maybe someday.
You're a tree.
Just haven't felt like
Trees are-
wandering that way.
You're
Maybe you should go to my
strange.
home country of Necros.
I've been there. I love Necros.
So much fun, isn't it?
It is. Tell me, is the entire country still on fire?
I don't know.
Wait, how did you know about the fire?
I spent a lot of time in Necros. You hear stories. I mean, my life's made out of stories.
You know about the elementals then?
Oh yes, I heard about those too.
You know they're the cause of the fire, correct?
I guess that depends on your perspective. But you go ahead, believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm old Pilferth.
Sure. All I can remember is fires started and the fires were attacking people.
Well, that's what
That's all I can
fires do.
remember.
It's not fun.
Not actually walk up to a person and kill them with fire. If I'd ever seen fire do that.
Maybe you just weren't looking. You ever look at the fire?
Every night when I sleep.
You're an odd man.
Very true. I enjoy fire.
So as you keep walking along, you make it through the mountain pass of the Split Summit and make your way up into the Brickfin Glade, and then you begin heading westerly. Pilferth pulls out kind of just a small piece of parchment and then kind of begins scrolling some things, and he's like, all right, well, you're going to want to go to probably Cornwall through Devonshire, and then if you're smart, you'll go to Felram, then Unadar, and then Calem. But you could go north. I don't recommend it, but you know, you do you.
Okay. I write down exactly what he said.
I mean, he's drawing a very crude map and then handing it to you guys.
Okay. I guess at this point it makes sense to ungag Johan.
Do we have
Are we
to?
Why not?
Sure. It's been nice and
Enjoying
silent the whole
peace.
way.
As was I.
You guys all assumed that Johan's a mouthy bastard.
Pilfer's been so much
no,
fun.
but we assume you're gonna be angry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fuming.
Angry, and it doesn't help that you made a promise and then we sent a bird, so you're not going personally.
Anyways, Pilferth,
Oh yeah, I'm going merc on all your asses in your sleep.
Pilferth walks over to Johan and he grabs the gag, and then he pulls it down and he does like the Irish kind of boxing thing.
Oh my god, you're so much fun.
I'm still tied up and hung over a horse, so I just kind of look at him.
I've beaten a dead horse to death.
Oh, my favorite person.
Pilfert, I hope when we meet again once you leave.
It would be a
Oh,
pleasure. to
I'm
meet you
sure
again.
we shall. Or maybe not. Who
Final
knows?
boss.
Who knows? But it'll
Hey.
be so much fun when we do.
Hey, Johan, stop breaking meta.
Hey, Pilfert, stop breaking the fourth wall.
Only I'm allowed to do that. Me and my buddy Deadpool. You look over and there's a dude in red tights. And then you look away and he's gone.
Magic.
Good.
2 swords and strange weaponry on his belt.
Oh my goodness.
Knowledge is power.
So are we heading the way that Pilferth
Well, I
drew
mean,
out for us?
yeah, you guys basically make it to the Brickfin Glade before nightfall.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming you're going to all set up camp and go to bed.
Halasia definitely needs sleep, so yeah.
Yeah.
Tie down the horses and bedroll time.
Untie Johan.
Oh. Well, I'm sure he has settle sores on his stomach by now.
They'll go away.
Are you gonna run when we untie you?
You already untied me.
I'm debating on tying you to a tree and not her, because that might
So
be
that
too
would be
enjoyable.
interesting.
No.
I'm just
As
sitting
we
on the
tie
back
him
horse.
to said tree, every time he even mouths off, you just see club whack whack.
Not a club, just a branch. Snack.
It's magical.
Seriously though, are you gonna try to run?
I haven't yet.
Does this mean
You
that
do
you're
realize that even though by your view we're breaking the law, What
Yes.
they're doing is far more corrupt, and we're not the ones in the wrong.
What they're doing is unjust, and if a paladin thinks it's unjust, what do you think it is?
The law.
It's not the law, though.
That's not the law. That is corruption within the law.
I understand that. That needs to be fixed from within.
We can't do that if
won't
we're
be
dead.
Fixed. Yeah, it
Maybe
won't be
you
fixed
can't.
if we're dead.
But you could?
Are you a
Ilfrith and I share many traits.
No, we don't.
Oh, like what? I'd love to know.
Are you a lich and not
Oh,
telling
God.
us?
Perhaps.
You realize that
But for
gives
now,
me a reason to
keep
have to
walking.
kill you.
Come on, Shorty. I'm sitting on top of a horse. I'm taller than you are right now, and that's all that matters.
What are you? Okay.
You're a midget and you still know it.
If you guys are worried he's going to run, tie him up again. I need some sleep. And Halacia walks away and trees up in sleep.
We tie him to Alasia. While she's asleep. So when she wakes up, they'll be tied up. And now just wait until morning.
I don't know, are you staying awake? What's Viltari doing?
I'm taking first watch.
Oh, we're having watches?
We're in
having
unknown
watches.
territory. We're gonna have to.
Good.
Actually, me. I'll sleep too. Or meditate.
So, Sarkesh is staying up and everyone else is going to bed?
Yeah, I'll take
Yep.
first watch. I'll wake someone else up after 6 hours have passed.
Okay.
Sure. Me next.
Everyone goes to bed, except for Sarkesh. Sarkesh, you wake Perrin up in the middle of the night, and then you go to bed. Zach K is typing. No, it's a
Nah.
whisper or something.
And then it stopped.
No.
Anyways, so the next day happens. Johan, you are now free from charm.
I'm still tied to the tree.
Which is
Wait,
waking
when did they
up.
tie me to the tree?
Last night after she went to sleep.
Uh-huh.
So you wake up, now tied to Halasia.
Who is now awake and no longer in tree state.
And probably very disgruntled.
Yes. Who decided to tie him to me as I slept?
And we all wake up just laughing.
Does anybody
Anyways.
want to untie us?
So
Is our bard friend laughing, or is he just
No, he's
enjoying
gone.
the show?
You wake up and
Wow.
Pilferth is gone.
Oh, Piltworth was fun.
It was so fun.
It's fun. I'm gonna go over there with my dagger and cut them free.
Thank you, Veltari.
No, it was so
Probably
much fun watching
smack
this.
Sarkash on the way by.
So
It's okay.
whose rope was that?
Not mine. I just took the rope
Fuck
that he was
you,
already
assholes,
tied
that
up
you
with.
used my own rope to tie me up.
Probably it was in the pack on my shoulder.
And he did.
That's your stuff.
All right, Johan,
All right,
you now
cool.
have a 30-foot and a 20-foot length of hempen rope.
All right.
Here's your pack back.
He's already angry, you guys.
I guess since everyone is now just waking up, I'm gonna go out and forage for food.
Okay.
before they get
I
up.
pull out my rations and cook a meal. No need for food.
I don't have a need for food.
Just water.
Yeah,
The ever-present
but I've got a
thirst.
water skin on me, so I'm gonna drink.
You pour water on you.
No, I
Go
drink it.
look for trees that have been hit by lightning again.
What?
Pour water on your
Are
feet.
you?
I'm going to punch you.
Go ahead and roll nature if you're gonna do that.
Get off the
Pull out the
pillows.
pillows.
Nah. Bye, dog.
You find a stick that
No.
might have been hit by lightning. You're not really sure. It's the only thing that looks like it's been blown off of a tree, though. Like, explosively. Perrin, you find a couple of berry bushes not too far away from camp and pick them clean.
Yay. I'll bring that back and share it with Johan and that when she comes back.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I made breakfast for everyone.
One ration
While
was
they're eating.
one person.
Day's
Huh.
ration. I used 2 of them to make a small amount for everyone.
What did he make?
Rations. He made rations.
I have nothing to cook, so it's all my rations.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counts.
He made hardtack and jerky.
Hey, jerky's good.
Wander back to our sad camp with my one stick, like,
And if I just had coffee beans, I should have checked up. I should have checked the fort for coffee.
Hey, Richard, I have a question.
Okay.
What would I have to find to be able to make a pan flute? Since we established earlier I don't have one.
A significant amount of wood, and you could theoretically druid craft it over a couple of days.
Okay. Well, while they're eating, I'm gonna go look for that.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything?
No, over like an hour
Okay.
or two, you'll find enough.
All right. Well, there we go.
All right, so it's been near 4 hours. Is there anything more that you guys want? Like, do you guys want to keep playing, or do you want to end it there?